It is a playoff football Friday night. This is high school football. Alabama's after the game. John Holder, Coach Michael Short will be here shortly, along with Chad Barnett, our entire hardworking after the game team, with you all the way for the next 3 hours as we cover high school football all across East Alabama and the entire state. Second round of the Alabama High School Athletic Association State Football Playoffs after the game, presented by the Calhoun County Commission. Tonight, we are coming to you live once again from the Sound Solutions Media Center at Parker Memorial Baptist Church, Quintard Avenue in Midtown Anniston. And we had a lot of surprises tonight. Really no doubt about it. Call it Find Out Friday on the second round of the playoffs. Kind of found out who was for real and who was for not around the state of Alabama. Some good news for East Alabama teams. Some bad news for East Alabama teams. Right now, let's go to our USA Softball of Alabama scoreboard. We'll give you all the final scores from games around East Alabama tonight. We will have highlights of this game. This is our Judd Edwards State Farm Insurance Game of the Week, a top 10 matchup between the Piedmont Bulldogs and the Fife Red Devils, taking place up at the Field of Champions at Piedmont. Coach Michael Short there. He'll have all the highlights and the post-game interviews and everything from Piedmont's shutout of the Fife Red Devils. Fife had not been shut out in 26 years, but they were shut out tonight at the Field of Champions in Piedmont. Piedmont beats Fife 36-0. We will have complete highlights and post-game reaction on our Judd Edwards State Farm Insurance Game of the Week. Also tonight, number 4 Anniston, number 9 Madison Academy in Class 4A playoff action from Lott Mosby Memorial Stadium, just up the street here in Anniston. What an impressive performance by Anniston. The Bulldogs probably with their best performance of the entire year as Anniston beats Madison Academy 44-12. Highlights of that game coming from Anniston. Also tonight, Plainview and Alexandria, another top 10 matchup in Class 4A tonight from up in Rainsville. We will have highlights of this game from Rainsville tonight. A shocker, number 5 Plainview, not if they won the game, but dominating Alexandria tonight. It was 42-7 at one point in time. Plainview wins the game 42-14 to move on to the quarterfinals. Plainview remains undefeated, 12-0 under legendary head coach Dale Pruitt. Also tonight, not good news for Jacksonville. Number 4 Fairview. This was a tight game for the most part, but in the second half, Fairview pulls away. The Aggies come in. They beat Jacksonville at Golden Eagle Stadium 28-13. We will have highlights of that game also tonight coming from Jacksonville and Pleasant Valley. The season comes to an end tonight down in Tuscaloosa. Another top 10 matchup in Class 2A. Pleasant Valley falls tonight, another tight game. Tuscaloosa Academy pulls away late. They beat Pleasant Valley tonight 23-13. Pleasant Valley ends the best season in school history as they lose tonight, unfortunately, on the road in Tuscaloosa to the Knights of Tuscaloosa Academy 23-13. We will have highlights of this game. My crew tonight down at Hugh and Humphrey Stadium, Ron Waters Field in Wedowee tonight. Number 5 in Class 3A Bayside Academy making the long trip from Daphne. They have a very good football team. You'll see them in the highlights coming up. They dominate Randolph County tonight in Wedowee 47-7. From there, my crew went across the lake, and we had another game. Before we get there, though, number 2 Jackson tonight beating Hanley 42-28. This was a little bit closer than even the score indicates. Hanley hanging in with defending state champion number 2 Jackson for most of the night tonight, but Jackson wins the game down at Wright Field in Roanoke 42-28. Here's the game I was at tonight. Another game, Wadley number 1 beating Meek 52-8 tonight. And then this game tonight also, Clay Central. Great game tonight. A little bit closer than the score indicated, but never really any danger for Clay Central. Number 5 team in Class 5A. They win tonight over Andalusia 21-2. It's 13-0 at halftime. And then they get a touchdown in the second half. Andalusia gets a safety, and that was the final score. Central of Clay County over Andalusia 21-2 tonight. Also, Moody, the number 2 team in the state in Class 5A. Moody tonight on the road playing at Priceville. They beat the Bulldogs tonight 60-14, dominating performance by Moody. Another surprise here, not that Scottsboro won the game, but Scottsboro tonight at Trammell Stadium in Scottsboro, totally dominating number 7 St. Clair County 42-6. It was all Scottsboro from begin to end tonight in that 5A matchup up in Jackson County. Geraldine and Westbrook tonight. Another top 10 matchup at Coolidge-Isbell Stadium in Geraldine. Number 4 Geraldine knocking out number 10 Westbrook Christian 31-15. The final score tonight up at Geraldine. Coosa Christian. We will have highlights of this game tonight. No problem at all. Number 2 Coosa at home in Gadsden tonight, beating the Lexington Golden Bears 49-16. And we will have highlights of that game coming from over at Philip Ellen Stadium in Gadsden. And not good news tonight for Gadsden City. Last year in the playoffs, they lost on the road at Clay Chalkville, and they get number 1 Clay Chalkville tonight down in Clay. And Clay Chalkville wins the game, ending the Gadsden City season as that goes to 14-7 tonight. We are back on High School Football Alabama's After the Game, and all season long, you, the fans out there, have been voting at our Facebook page at High School Football Alabama, and you've been voting for Spirit Scholarship contestants. We started off with 80 student athletes from 20 schools in Calhoun and Cherokee counties. We narrowed it down from 80 to 40, and then from those 40, you have narrowed it down to the final 2, and for a combination of a draw that we had with our automated software system and your fan votes, we now have our 2 winners. These 2 winners are going to get $1,500 apiece college scholarships courtesy of Farmers and Merchants Bank, with locations in Center and Piedmont and Jacksonville and Anniston and Oxford, all over Calhoun and Cherokee counties. They have provided a bunch of money. We're going to talk about that with Chris Latta here from F&M Bank in just a moment. But they provided tens of thousands of dollars in scholarship money to young people right here in East Alabama. So tonight we are going to introduce you to 2 very fine student athletes representing us very well here at East Alabama. We always do ladies first. And our female athlete, Lydia Reynolds from Galesville High School, and she is a 3-sport athlete at Galesville. And she is going to, I'll talk with her what she's going to do in just a moment. And then our male athlete, also from Cherokee County, is Zane Edwards. He is also a 3-sport athlete for the Panthers out at Spring Garden. He's the male athlete. So congratulations to Lydia Reynolds of Galesville, Zane Edwards of Spring Garden, our Farmers and Merchants Bank Spirit Scholarship winners for 2025. Chris Latta is president of Farmers and Merchants Bank. And we mentioned, Chris, all the tens of thousands of dollars in scholarship money that F&M has given out to kids right here in East Alabama. Just tell us about all the many years of supporting our student athletes here.
You know, we're just always about supporting our communities that we serve, and one way we feel like we can always do that is by helping student athletes continue on their education and providing them scholarships.
I think it's going into this year, so this will be added on, this $3,000 right here. $33,000 just in the last 7 years, right?
I believe so. Getting closer to 40. Maybe, maybe somebody will hit that half-court shot after the first of the year, and we'll be able to get over 40 pretty quickly. But, something we just enjoy doing and helping local athletes.
I have sat down in meetings with you and your staff and the hierarchy, I guess, so to speak, at Farmers and Merchants Bank. Let me tell you, what he just said, the heart is for the young people here. It is real. It's genuine, the love that Farmers and Merchants Bank has for our local schools and our local student athletes.
It is. It's just, we're a community bank located here in East Alabama and just want to be able to support the communities that we serve in different ways.
All right. While I talk with them, I'm going to let you step over there and get the checks, the big checks. All right, Lydia, you told me that I asked her here just a few moments ago. I said, Lydia, you have any idea what you want to do? And you told me.
The University of Alabama, Huntsville, and I want to be an astronaut.
An astronaut, folks. How about that? Wow. And some seed money here to help with that from Farmers and Merchants Bank. Wow, that's from Galesville, Alabama to astronaut. That'd be a pretty big jump, but I'm sure you can do that. Is that something you've always wanted to do?
Not always. I used to want to be a lawyer, and then I did some clubs with that, and I realized it's not what I wanted to do. And so I like math and I like space, and so eventually, after maybe being a mathematician for NASA, eventually I want to get to go to space eventually.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Zane is also, as we said, a three-sport athlete from Spring Garden. He's undecided on exactly where he wants to go, but you do know what you want to do. What is it you want to do?
Yes, sir. I want to get my business degree, and then I want to go be on a rodeo team somewhere.
So a rodeo team, and now there are just a certain finite number of schools. Obviously, not a lot of schools offer that. What are some of the schools that you're looking at that offer rodeo?
West Alabama, Murray State, just stuff like that. You know, I'm just still looking. So.
All right, so maybe the aspirations to be a professional rodeo?
Yes, sir.
All right, so astronaut, professional rodeo. Hey, you'll be able to, when she's flying into space and he's on the professional rodeo tour, you'll be able to say, hey, I saw those guys and gals on After the Game. Chris, come on back in here. We got some checks for you here. These are the checks for $1,500 here to Zane Edwards of Spring Garden and Lydia Reynolds of Gainesville High School. Folks, congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
And let me tell you about the folks at Jacksonville State University. While we're talking about education, JSU is jsu.edu/visit. That's where you need to go. Affordability, that is the key that we want to talk about tonight with Jacksonville State University. JSU has great tuition, great scholarship programs. It is one of the more affordable and best educations you can find in all of the South, right here in our own backyard in Calhoun County. And the best way to find out about all the great things that are going on at Jacksonville State University is to go to their website, jsu.edu/visit, and schedule your visit today. A great time of year to visit JSU. When we come back, we're just getting started on this Football Friday night. More of After the Game in just a moment.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, asking what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
At Jacksonville State University, the journey starts with you. It begins with your ambition, your curiosity, your dreams. Here, you forge your own path. You have the power to make a difference, explore new horizons, and turn your passions into your future. At Jack State, we journey forward together. The journey starts with you.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP, scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle into Ted's today.
Core Sports, later on in the night, we are going to give you all 11, once again, of the Core Sports plays of the night. And you have been voting. A lot of folks have been voting. And we've got another week of voting for our Core Sports Play of the Year from those 11 plays. Core Sports Medicine is in Oxford. Dr. Clinton Ray, Dr. Jeffrey Waller, they have the Mako robotic arm-assisted surgery. They bring surgical precision and futuristic technology right here, not only to Alabama, but on Highway 78 in Oxford, Alabama. They also perform surgeries at Northeast Alabama Regional Medical Center in Anniston, the Surgery Center in Oxford, and also at the UAB Hospital over in Pell City. Core Sports bringing you our Play of the Night and our Play of the Year. Speaking of the Year awards going on, we are also voting, and a lot of you have been voting on this as well, our Game of the Year. And tonight, we're going to sprinkle throughout the show the 5 nominees. Our Game of the Year voting is going on right now at our Facebook page at High School Football Alabama. Just scroll down. You'll be able to see those posts. And all you have to do is like it. If you want to make that the Game of the Year, you just like that. We'll keep voting all the way till 12 noon next Friday, November the 21st, and we will announce the winner right here on After the Game coming up next Friday night. And then we've got a nice plaque that we'll be taking out to the winners of that. So let's begin with our first nominee, our Game of the Year. Nominee number 1, we're taking you back to September the 12th. Anniston and Alexandria wound up being the Class 4A Region 6 championship game, as it turned out, up at Watt Mosby Memorial Stadium in Anniston. Anniston won the game over Alexandria 20-18, and the game was every bit as close as the score would indicate. Came right down to the very end. These two big rivals. Most of the year, these two teams were ranked in the top 10 in the state of Alabama in Class 4A. Of course, the top 2 teams in the region, Alexandria finished second, Anniston finished number 1. Anniston with their win tonight over Madison Academy, moving on to the quarterfinals. Alexandria, a 10-win season, as they lost tonight at Plainview, but they wound up 10 wins. Their only 2 losses to Anniston, and then tonight to Plainview up in Rainsville. And it came down to this play right here at the end of the game. Cole Wheeler going into the end zone, picked off in the end zone by D.K. Baker, and he returns it a long way back up the Anniston sideline, not for a touchdown, but that ended the game. And that is our Top of the River Dad's Barbecue Game of the Year. And if you want to vote in our Dad's Barbecue Top of the River Game of the Year, again, just go to our Facebook page at High School Football Alabama. You got to scroll down just a little bit down there and find the Game of the Year. And we'll have 4 more nominees that we're going to show you a little bit later on in the program. As we move through the night here, vote for your favorite one. All you have to do is like it, and you will be able to vote, and maybe your favorite game will be the Game of the Year. It is bracket time now. Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden brackets. Got that going on. We've got Southern Choctaw tonight in Class 1A. We're going to begin in the South. Southern Choctaw beating University Charter tonight. 26-12 was the final score in that game being played at Livingston. So Southern Choctaw moves on to the state quarterfinals. They will get state runner-up from last year, Maplesville. Maplesville on the road tonight taking on McIntosh. They beat the Demons tonight. 48-0 the final score. So here's one quarterfinal game in South Alabama next week. This will be Maplesville. They will be on the road playing at Southern Choctaw. Maplesville now 12-0, ranked number 2 in the state in the final poll, and they will get unranked Southern Choctaw. The Indians are 9-3, coached by longtime Southern Choctaw legendary coach Larry Boykin. He left, and now he is back. Now let's talk about Class 1A in the South, the other games in the second round tonight. McKenzie, a winner over Otaga Academy, 52-20 tonight was the final score in that game at McKenzie, as the Tigers remain undefeated. And Leroy beat Linden 40-22 tonight, that game being played at Leroy. So big game coming up next week. It's a battle of undefeateds. Number 4, McKenzie. Number 3, Leroy. McKenzie now 12-0. Leroy also 12-0 in that big top 5 matchup that will take place at McKenzie down in Butler County next week. As we come to the north in Class 1A, Addison tonight at home. They beat Berry. This was another top 10 matchup tonight. Number 6 beating number 9 as it was Addison tonight winning 39-6. They will take on Marion County. Marion County upset Winterboro last week. Tonight they upset previously unbeaten Appalachian. So it will be Marion County and Addison next week. That will be played at Addison. Addison is now 11-1. Marion County goes to 9-3. And the other game in the north next week, that is going to feature Wadley. They won tonight in Arley over Winston County against Meek, 52-8. Hubbardville for the second time this year beating Hackleburg. They beat them in the last week of the regular season just a couple weeks ago, 50-20. They win tonight 42-6 at Hubbardville. So next week it will be Hubbardville, battle of undefeateds. This will be a top 5 matchup. Hubbardville, number 5, they are 11-0, taking on number 1 Wadley. That game will be down at Curtis Lynch Memorial Stadium in Wadley, a battle of undefeateds. Number 1 versus number 9, or should say number 5 next week, as Wadley and Hubbardville will play down in Randolph County at Wadley. Throughout the year, we have been throwing these out. This is our after the game. We'll throw these up. This is our RO Supply after the game touchdown T-shirts that we've been throwing out. And as you can see, this is the place to go for all your remodeling needs down on South Quintard Avenue, South Noble Street in Anniston. After the game touchdown T-shirts from our friends at RO Supply. Great friends of high school football. Any of your remodeling needs that you need, go check out the folks at RO Supply on South Quintard and Noble Street in downtown Anniston. Our first State Representative Randy Wood out of District 36 Extra Point. Randolph County senior running back Mo Winston gained 449 yards rushing on 23 carries and scored 7 touchdowns and 4 two-point conversions in the Tigers' 51-40 first-round win at Thorsby. Winston scored 50 of his team's 51 points. His touchdown runs covered 36, 38, 91, 42, 54, 60, and 21 yards. More of After the Game presented by the Calhoun County Commission as we roll on a Football Friday night.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
We stand for Mother Nature. Home sweet home. The best you. Sunsets with friends. Hustle. Art that lasts. Life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you. But when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Anniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated to what moves you.
Anniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
This spring and summer, get it done right with Oxford Lumber, your hometown partner for projects big or small. From refreshing your garden to upgrading your outdoor space, we've got everything you need. Check out our full garden center and gear up on our Stihl showroom, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Ready to grill? We've got Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone to fire up the fun. Since 1985, Oxford Lumber has been built on tradition and focused on you. Visit us today at any of our 5 locations: Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln. Oxford Lumber, where you're treated like family.
Throughout the night and every Friday night here on After the Game, Emblem Credit Union bringing you our bottom line. So you'll have all the local scores scrolling on the bottom of your screen throughout the night. And of course, Emblem Credit Union this year also bringing you each week during the regular season our Band of the Week. Emblem Credit Union, if you live, work, or go to school in Calhoun, Cherokee, DeKalb, Etowah, or Marshall counties, you are eligible to join Emblem Credit Union. Visit emblemcu.com to get you started. Emblem Credit Union, basically can't make it much easier than that to join the folks at Emblem Credit Union. I promised you at the beginning of the show that we would have Chad Barnett and Coach Michael Short with us, so they make their first appearance of the night on this second round of the playoffs. They've been all over. Coach, you've been to Piedmont. Mm-hmm. You've been to Jacksonville, Anniston. I've been to Wedowee. I've been to Lineville tonight. So we're all over the place getting the highlights for you.
It's playoffs.
Yeah, playoff time. So, Chad, your first stop tonight, Golden Eagle Stadium. Mm-hmm. A lot of folks were surprised last week when the Golden Eagles had that win at Ramsey, Legion Field in Birmingham, overtime, pretty heady stuff. And this was a winnable game tonight against Fairview, and especially the time that you were there, Golden Eagles looking pretty good.
Well, think about back to September 12th. They were coming in 1-2, had the loss to Alexandria. Mm-hmm. Faced a lot of injuries, weren't really sure what was going to happen. A lot of people may have been writing off Jacksonville at that point. But head coach Jeremy Sullivan, this is his third straight trip to the second round, dating back to his previous stop. And in fact, he's made the postseason the last 9 seasons as a head coach. So maybe he knew something we didn't. Let's go to Golden Eagle Stadium and find out exactly how they fared in this second round matchup. Hey, does this count as a tent, Coach? Fairview? That's a pretty big travel.
That's a good size.
That's just what they run out of. Fairview, they're coming in at 11-0, fourth on the season, number 4 on the state rankings, and this is a stud. Jake Harper, leading rusher in school history, puts it on the ground after a great play by Jacksonville's defense. They get the ball on the opening drive, cause a turnover, get the ball inside plus territory, but then on fourth down, they would cough it up to Fairview. So back-to-back fumbles. Jeremy Sullivan looking on, hoping his team can pull into some kind of offensive strategy or defensive here. But Jake Harper showing you why he is one of the best in their school history. He's a big fella, and he gets through the back end of the defense. He's down inside the 10. They're going to give it to number 14 one more time here. He's going to take it right in the end zone. It's going to be 7-0 after the extra point is good. Fairview looking strong. That's a great-looking running back right there. But Jacksonville did a good job on him in the first half. So Jacksonville back on offense. Kamari Harmon, nice twisting, turning run for a first down for the Golden Eagles. That would set up one of the tougher runs you're going to see this season. Quay McNeil is going to look like he stopped at the 12, and he's just going to keep carrying folks. That is a tough run, almost as tough as the security on Jacksonville's sideline tonight. First and goal for the Golden Eagles, and they're going to put it in. Almost. Going to be a sack here on third down. Would settle for a field goal. Fairview with a beautiful block up the gut. We're going to stay at 7-0 with about 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tough football game. Both teams really trading licks here, but just a couple things not going Jacksonville's way. Here we go on some offensive output. Bryce Allen with a nice punt return, giving him in plus territory. But man, Fairview's defense would come up with some big hits tonight, and they hit Harmon right on the ball with the helmet. That ball's going to pop out. Fairview would take over from there. They would drive the field, have about a 36-yard field goal to end the half, but that would be wide right. So it'd be 7-0 at the break. Jacksonville played tough. They actually tied up at 7 apiece, but they don't have enough tonight as Fairview does pull out tonight with a win, 28-13.
Fairview remains undefeated. I think some folks maybe are still surprised by that. But, Fairview has been one of the more consistent 5A teams in North Alabama over the last 3 or 4 seasons. Jacksonville, just have to take your hat off to them.
Yeah.
They have had a lot of people put them out for the count about 3 or 4 times this year. After the Alexandria game, maybe after the Moody game, maybe after the St. Clair County game. And then they just keep coming back and winning. Maybe as a resilient team as we've seen this year, and they got an undefeated team coming in to Jacksonville tonight, and for much of the game they stood toe-to-toe with them.
It was hard fought. That drive where they got down inside, I think down to the 2-yard line, had some negative plays. And Fairview's defense was advertised. They're number 4 team in the state, 11-0 on the season. But that drive that Jacksonville used to get down to the goal line was one of the tougher drives you'll see. 2 yards, 3 yards, they're just fighting their way down there. Maybe taking the mantle of their head coach. Tough guy and tough running game.
That's what I was going to say. With the number of injuries that they had, we're talking about season-ending injuries that they had. He probably has had one of the best years of coaching he's ever done. I mean, just by watching how they did and how they played there, Fairview, they got some size up front.
This is, I say this all the time. I like when we're talking about talent and things like that, and I'm not a talent evaluator, but I do like to go watch teams play in person because just a lot of times on video, you just can't really get a good feel for it. That number 14 for Fairview, Chad, how big is that guy? How would you say?
Well, he's taller than me, but Coach, we don't say much when you're taller than us. I don't guess too much. But, I mean, he's taller than me. I know that. But he put together real well. But I tell you, Jacksonville hit him a few times, and it made him a little second-guess a couple of the runs later in the second quarter. He got popped a few times, but he's a tough kid, big kid.
He looked to me, just watching the
Probably
video,
6'2",
6'3", 220 maybe?
Yeah, I think
like
6'2", maybe not 220, but he's a big boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of times you can't tell on video. You have to be there. You and I had this conversation this week about you want to see kids play in person.
But something you can see on film y'all laugh when I say it, but when they get off that bus, you look from the waist down because that's where football's played. From your hips, I'll say hips, from your hips down to your feet, that's where it's played, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, no doubt. And he looks like a player. Matter of fact, he broke the school's all-time rushing record last week in round 1 of the playoffs, so he's fresh off of that. Good player.
Jacksonville ends the season at 6-6, first year under Coach Jeremy Sullivan. Really good year for Jacksonville. You consider all the circumstances and the injuries like Coach talked about, a good season. Well, a good season is not complete unless you go and check out the folks at Johnson's Giant Food. Tomorrow's another big college football day. I'm here to tell you some huge games tomorrow. Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, and Georgia. Check out Johnson's Giant Food. They've got locations throughout Calhoun and Etowah counties. Check them out in Gadsden, Attala, East Gadsden, Coldwater, Jacksonville, coming very soon to Southside as well. They've got all the things you need. Go check out their deli, their hot bar, the chicken fingers, the wings, everything you need for your tailgate. Maybe going to the Big Jack State game tomorrow night, Gamecocks and Kennesaw State for maybe a conference championship at Protective Stadium coming up tomorrow. Johnson's Giant Food right there in Jacksonville. Drop by and see them, and they will take care of you for your tailgate tomorrow at the Big Jack State, Kennesaw State game coming up tomorrow night. We've got a lot of brackets, a lot of scores, a lot of highlights coming up as we roll on this Football Friday night presented by the Calhoun County Commission.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle into Ted's today.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
Your neighborhood neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you. But when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated. Dedicated to what moves you.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
Awards to remember at awardstoremember.com. All the awards that we give, and there are a lot of those here on After the Game. You talk about Team of the Week, Cheer Squad of the Week, Player of the Week, some of our year-end awards that we give. All of those come from Awards to Remember. They have been in business for 40 years, one of the top 10 dealers in the Southeast for plaques, trophies, medals, all types of awards. And you can go by and see them. They would love for you to visit them at their showroom on U.S. Highway 144 out in Ohatchee. Give them a call at 892-2500. Best thing to do is really go to awardstoremember.com. They have a tremendous selection of everything that they offer online at awardstoremember.com. Let's go to all of our final scores again as we go back to our USA Softball of Alabama scoreboard. Again, our Judd Edwards State Farm Insurance Game of the Week tonight. Number 2, Piedmont. Number 7, 5. Coach Short was at the game. He'll bring us the complete highlights and post-game reaction. Piedmont dominating 5, holding 5 scoreless for the first time in 26 years. Piedmont, maybe their most impressive performance of the year, beating Piedmont tonight at the Field of Champions 36-0. Also tonight, another dominant performance. Number 4 in 4A, Aniston, beating Madison Academy here at Lott Mosby Memorial Stadium in Aniston, 44-12. They led this 30-6 at halftime. When's the last time Madison Academy was down 30-6 to anybody at halftime? Probably been a couple of decades. An amazing performance by Aniston tonight. We will have highlights of that game coming from Lott Mosby. Also tonight, a top 10 matchup in Class 4A in Rainsville tonight. We will bring you highlights. We had cameras there tonight in Rainsville. Number 5, Plainview remains undefeated. They beat Alexandria 42-14. Alexandria was down 42-7 at one point in this game. A dominant performance by Dale Pruitt and the Plainview Bears as they end the Alexandria season at 10-2. Plainview remains undefeated, 42-14, the final. Also tonight, you just saw the highlights. Number 4 in 5A, Fairview pulls away. They beat Jacksonville in the second half tonight at Golden Eagle Stadium, 28-13. We will bring you highlights of a number of games tonight. Pleasant Valley tonight, number 14 in Class 2A, on the road at Tuscaloosa Academy. The Knights win it 23-13. This is a hard-fought, tough game. Tuscaloosa Academy pulls away late, and they end the Pleasant Valley season, best season in school history, by a score of 23-13 tonight down at Pleasant Valley. Also tonight, Randolph County sees their season come to an end at home down at Hugh-Humphrey Stadium in Wedowee. Number 5 Bayside Academy beating Randolph County 47-7 tonight. We will have highlights of that game. My crew was down in Wedowee tonight to bring you highlights of that game. Just down 431 at right field at Roanoke tonight. Hanley falls to number 2 in defending Class 4A state champion Jackson, 42-28. This was a close game. At one time, Hanley had cut this down to a one-score game in the second half. Jackson pulls away. They beat Hanley tonight to end the Tigers season 42-28. But Hanley, probably the most underrated team, we've been saying it all year long, in the state in 4A this year, 10-2, and they gave Jackson all they wanted tonight down in Roanoke. Meek did not give Wadley all they wanted tonight up in Winston County at Arley. Number 1 Wadley rolls over the Meek Tigers tonight, 52-8. Wadley moves on to the quarterfinals of 1A. They will be at home next week as they have the Hubbardsville Lions coming down to Randolph County. We will also bring you highlights of this game. Number 5 Central of Clay County at home tonight, beating Andalusia 21-2. And this was a dominant defensive performance by Central of Clay County. Just in the time that I was there, I didn't feel like Andalusia could ever score a touchdown, and they didn't. Central of Clay County 21-2 over Andalusia. As they move on to the quarterfinals, we will have highlights of that game from Volunteer Stadium in Clay County tonight. Another team who had 0 problems tonight, the number 2 team in the state in 5A, Moody, on the road at Priceville. Priceville pulled a big upset last week. Not tonight up in Morgan County. Moody blasts the Bulldogs 60-14 to move on to the quarterfinals in Class 5A. St. Clair County. This was one of the surprise scores. Not that Scottsboro won the game, but this was 21-0 at halftime. Scottsboro dominated this game tonight at Trammell Stadium in Scottsboro. Number 7, St. Clair County. Great turnaround season for Coach Robinson down there, but their season ends tonight as Scottsboro beats St. Clair County 42-6, the final up in Jackson County tonight. Geraldine and Westbrook Christian, a top 10 matchup in 3A at Coolidge-Isbell Stadium in Geraldine. Number 4 Geraldine had their way with Westbrook. It was just 31-7 at one time. Westbrook scored a touchdown and 2-point conversion to make it closer. But Geraldine, they got a matchup with Mars Hill Bible, a rematch of the quarterfinals last year, which was just a 6-point game at Geraldine. This time, I believe the game is going to be at Mars Hill. Number 4 Geraldine beating number 10 Westbrook Christian 31-15 tonight to end Westbrook season at 10-2. Also, number 2 Coosa Christian. We'll bring you highlights of this game. We were at Philip Ellen Stadium in Gadsden tonight. Coosa Christian, this score is misleading because it was not even this close. Coosa Christian led 49-3 at one point. Lexington gets a couple of late scores, but Coosa Christian dominating tonight in Class 2A as they beat the Lexington Golden Bears tonight 49-16. And Gadsden City's season comes to a close tonight. They lost to Clay Chalkville in the playoffs last year at Clay. They lose at Clay tonight down I-59 at Clay. Number 1 Clay Chalkville remains undefeated. They beat Gadsden City tonight by a score of 44-7. Well, we've been sprinkling throughout the night our Game of the Year nominees presented by Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River, and we have nominee number 2. Again, you can go to our Facebook page, and that is High School Football Alabama. Scroll on down. You'll see all the nominees. We've been voting for a week. We've had tens of thousands of views and a bunch of votes out there. This will be taking place all the way through next Friday at 12 noon. And here is our second Game of the Year nominee presented by Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River. It's Alexandria and Cherokee County back on October 17th, just about a month ago, out at Death Valley in Alexandria. Alexandria coach won the game 36-28, but it was even closer than that score.
Yeah, they end up scoring late and go for 2 to go ahead, and then they get one of our, I guess it'd be one of our plays of the year
nominees, yes.
Yeah, that ends up being an interception. So we've had a lot of big plays. But you know, when you have games like this, you got big-time players making big-time plays. There's one of them right there. So it was a great game with a great atmosphere.
And 2 interceptions, both by Alexandria, one by MJ Morris, one the clincher that made it 36-28 by J.J. Beeson. Those were really the two big differences in this game, with 2 interceptions by the Alexandria defense.
Yeah, and the one right before halftime, the 85-yard interception, pick six, was probably what turned the game around, because it tied it up 14-14 going into the half.
So that is our Game of the Year nominee number 2 from October 17th. Alexandria beating Cherokee County 36-28. There's one of those interceptions. That's M.J. Morris right there.
Last play of the half.
And that was huge. And then, of course, people realized right at the end of the game, Cherokee County led this 28-27. Alexandria went for 2 and then got the game-clinching touchdown on the interception return. This is Alexandria right here. As you can see, the crowd going crazy out at Lou Scales Stadium as they scored the touchdown. They get the 2-point play, and it was a tremendously exciting game, certainly worthy of our Top of the River Dad's Barbecue Game of the Year nominees, 1 of the 5. And this is the last one right here. Cherokee County throwing the pick 6 as J.J. Beeson takes it to the house to effectively end the game. And you can go to High School Football Alabama's Facebook page and vote for that if you'd like to, as Game of the Year presented by Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River. We've got another Randy Woods, state representative out of District 36. Extra point coming up for you tonight. Piedmont's 59-19 victory over Phil Campbell in the first round of the playoffs with the school's 600th win. The win up Piedmont's overall record in school history to 600, 420, and 30. Since the first season in 1924, the Bulldogs became the 49th school in AHSAA history to reach the milestone. They're now 6-0-1 with that win tonight in 101 years of Piedmont High School football. Back with more of After the Game, presented by the Calhoun County Commission in just a moment.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did. We stand for Mother Nature, home sweet home. The best you, sunsets with friends, hustle, art that lasts, life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you.
At Jacksonville State University, the journey starts with you. It begins with your ambition, your curiosity, your dreams. Here, you forge your own path. You have the power to make a difference, explore new horizons, and turn your passions into your future. At Jack State, we journey forward together. The journey starts with you.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Noble Bank and Trust bringing you our post-game presser from the very beginning of this program. They have been with us for several years here on High School Football Alabama's After the Game. Hey, next Friday, Alexandria, right there on U.S. Highway 431, Noble Bank and Trust Alexandria branch is having their customer appreciation event celebrating 20 years of Noble Bank and Trust. They've been doing this in all of their branches around. And next up is Alexandria next Friday, November 21st. Get out there and check them out. They'll have a lot of good giveaways, free things for you, some food and things like that. Noble Bank and Trust next Friday out in Death Valley and Alexandria, U.S. Highway 431 for the Noble Bank Customer Appreciation event at their Anniston location. Back on After the Game, coming to you tonight from the Sound Solutions Media Center, Parker Memorial Baptist Church, Midtown Anniston on Quintard Avenue. Coach Michael Short, Chad Barnett with us on this Football Friday night, second round of the AHSAA State Football Playoffs. Chad, not only were you at Jacksonville tonight, you made your way down 21 to Watt Mosby. We talk about impressive performances tonight in the state. I think this game by Anniston probably raised a lot of eyebrows that this is an Anniston team that legitimately could be playing in Birmingham this first week in December.
Firmly agree with that, and I've seen them now 3 weeks in a row. They are solid, top to bottom, all the way across. But it does help when you have an opponent coming in the second round that you know about. Madison Academy, no stranger to Calhoun County. They've been here and done that in the playoffs. Let me run you down this list. They beat Sachs in the semis in 2013 at Jack Stewart Field. They beat Welborn in the third round on the Hill in 2014. They outlasted Piedmont in overtime in a classic game at the Field of Champions in 2013. So now they're trying to knock off the Anniston Bulldogs and make it to the third round of the playoffs. Let's see exactly how this one took place. Go out to Watt Mosby, and let me tell you, everybody I talked to on the sidelines said that it was like this in a hurry. Anniston came out with a mat on. They're 30-12 at the half. Madison Academy would put a touchdown in the end zone of the first drive of this half, but it would be called back through a flag. They would eventually have a turnover on downs, giving Anniston the ball back. And look at Damon Pope go to work. Young fella going deep, finding Ja'Cory Carr at the 5. He's going to have a knee down, so it'll be first and goal. They would have a delay of game penalty, but it doesn't matter when you got Jabari Williams because he's just going to outlast to the edge. Look at him just getting out there. Man, that kid is so quick. He's in there for the score. The extra point would be good. Blowing kisses to his fans.
Waving at you.
Extra point is good. It's going to be 37-12. Don't throw me off, Coach. Madison Academy would try running up the middle, and we know after the last few weeks that's just not possible. Bulldogs defense is strong up the gut. They would give the ball back to Anniston. Coach trying to fire his kids up, and watch this run by Gutierrez. J-Ray coming at you, folks. I didn't leave it. I stayed in there. Scared, so you're scared, Coach. Gutierrez, phenomenal play there. Very aggressive. This is going to be a run down to the 1-yard line. Anniston is in position on a first and goal. Marlboro, and then Carr is going to take this one in just into the goal line. 44-12 at this point. They serve notice to the 9th-ranked team in the state, beating them tonight by a final of 44-12.
Coach Short and I were talking this week, and my philosophy has always been that week 4 of the regular season is kind of find out Friday as far as this part of the state. You know, after about 4 weeks, you kind of know who's who and what's what. I think it's the second round of the playoffs because by the second round, in the North and in the South, all the regions have kind of played each other. You got 4 regions in the South, 4 in the North. So after tonight, you kind of have an idea of what's going on. After tonight, watching Anniston, what they did to Madison Academy, Bulldogs lead the way. That's what they say.
Yes.
Bulldogs may be very much leading the way in 4A football in North Alabama.
Well, Madison Academy, I don't know a lot about them this year, but I know a lot about their coach, Bob Gotze, who was at Brooks at one time, and he's been a very successful coach before he retired and moved there. So I knew that was a well-coached football team. Some of the runs I saw, some great runs out of some great running backs. But more some of the crushing blocks I watched there up front. Anniston's offensive line continues to get better week after week after week, and I wasn't there for this, but I bet you their penalties have been cut in half. because that's what hurt them early in the year. Still winning games, but penalties are going to get you beat in the playoffs. And if they've cut those penalties out, then that's why they're going to be dangerous, because it's about matchups when you talk about football, who you're going to be playing. And there might be a collision. I know they got the next game coming up, but they might be the representative. We'll see. Hope they are.
They had a very physical and very emotional game last week against Fultondale. Fultondale was trying to drag him into the weeds there a little bit to get some personal foul calls. Anniston was very composed in that situation. Tonight there was a late pick. It was called back, but it was a pick, and then whenever the Anniston defender got into the end zone with the ball, he was kind of suplexed.
Oh.
Everybody kept their cool. Everybody kept straight, and they're disciplined, and they're crushing folks right now.
I've only seen Anniston play once. You guys have seen them play multiple times. But my impression of Anniston is, watching them that one time, what you guys have seen, the video I've watched, and things like this, is Anniston is a tough team to prepare for, because they legitimately play two quarterbacks. Now, the old adage is, if you play two quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback.
Yes,
That's not the case with Anniston.
Yeah.
You have to prepare, because both these guys do different things, and they do them well. Anniston can throw the football. Anniston can run the football with Jabari Williams and those guys. They seem to me, guys, to be a team that would be very difficult to prepare for.
Well, it's not just, like you said, Gutierrez that made that run tonight. That's really the third option in the run game, because Q, Cunningham, and Jabari Williams are phenomenal. And Damon Pope's showing the ability to take the top off the defense as well. That's really scary.
Well, the most impressive thing, I know we always talk to offense, but me being an old defensive guy, is they can stop the run.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the teams that are left in the playoffs are run-oriented teams, and they can stop the run.
Yeah. That front four are thumpers.
They're so athletic on both the offensive and defensive lines. And, that old adage, and, it's still true in college football, it's true in the pros. Stop the run, run the ball. Anniston can stop the run, and they can run the ball, so they're going to be a tough out for anybody.
We got to see it tonight, and we'll get to watch it tomorrow about 2:30.
We'll see.
That's for sure. and tomorrow night, too.
Yes.
That's for sure. Let's go now to our T1 Chevrolet of Gadsden brackets. We've been through 1A. Let's go through 2A. We'll begin in South Alabama. Luverne. A lot of folks already talking about Luverne and Coosa Christian, maybe. Luverne tonight beating GW Long. That game was in Skipperville tonight. Luverne wins it 29-0. Lynette,
don't forget,
a team you better not look out that you better look out for and not forget about. Lynette tonight playing at home at Morgan Washburn Stadium in Lynette. They beat the Ariton Purple Cats tonight 34-14. This is a great matchup next week. Lynette travels to Luverne. Lynette number 5, Luverne number 1. Luverne is now 12-0. Lynette moves to 10-2. The other game in the South will be Reeltown taking on Providence Christian. Reeltown, the team that won it last year in Class 2A, they rout Cottonwood. That's a great Cottonwood team at Cottonwood tonight. They beat them 63-28. Providence Christian, a team from Dothan. Don't forget about Providence Christian. They beat Lochapoka tonight 17-14 at Lochapoka. So next week, I think this is going to be a great matchup next week. Reeltown traveling to play at Providence Christian in Dothan. Providence Christian goes to 9-3. Reeltown is also 9-3 in that matchup that's coming up next week down at Dothan. We move to the north in Class 2A. High-scoring, crazy game. Great game tonight between Pisgah and Vincent up at Sam Kennemer Stadium in Pisgah. Pisgah outscores Vincent tonight 44-33. Southeastern, Coach, back in the spring, we talked about it. We said this is a pretty doggone good 2A team. We saw them over in Heflin.
And lost their best running back, and then lost their number 2 running back, and they're still sitting right here going into the third round.
Southeastern beats Red Bay tonight 28-21. That game was at Red Bay. So next week, interesting matchup. Pisgah and Southeastern. They played last year in the playoffs, and so now we're going to see if we get this again. It was Southeastern and Pisgah. They will play next week. That game will be at Southeastern in Rimlap over in Blount County. Red Bay 10-2. Southeastern will also come into that game at 10-2. And the final game in the north in 2A, Coosa Christian tonight at home. Highlights of that game coming. They blast Lexington 49-16. We almost had an all East Alabama quarterfinal here if Pleasant Valley could have won tonight. Tuscaloosa Academy beats Pleasant Valley 23-13 down in Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa Academy is 9-3. Ranked number 9, Coosa Christian is now 10-2. They met in the regular season just last week, about 4 weeks ago, down in Tuscaloosa. Coosa won it 56-21, Coach.
I got a question. A minute ago, you talked about Lynette. Give me the name of their stadium again.
Morgan Washburn.
Washburn as?
Dan Washburn.
Okay, that's
Yep.
what I was wondering.
Yeah, Dan Washburn, people forget, they know him as the head coach, the head of the High School Athletic Association, but back in the 70s and into the 80s, he was a very successful high school football coach of the Lynette Panthers. Saw many of his games in person because my sister was in school there.
Come December, I'm going to bring that up to him because he was at our retired coaches meeting the other day, and he'll be back in December, so I'm going to bring that up to him. Man, you got your own stadium named after you.
Yeah, that's he doesn't mention that a whole lot, but that is
I'm going to.
That is the Washburn in Morgan Washburn Stadium down at Lynette. All right, we roll on to this Football Friday night, and we're going to tell you next about Sound Solutions. They bring you our media center here at Parker Memorial Baptist Church on Quintard Avenue in Anniston. Sound Solutions, they have permanent AV solutions designed for houses of worship, for classrooms, for auditoriums, for gyms. Professional grade sound systems, projectors, LED walls, stage lighting, and more. They have clean, efficient installs with training and long-term support. Great folks, all of your professional audio, video, and lighting needs. Sound Solutions right here in East Alabama on Highway 78 West in Oxford. It's time for another Randy Wood, State Representative out of District 36 Extra Point. Last year we told you about the undefeated teams. This week, the winless teams. 18 teams in the AHSAA finished the 2025 season without a win. The winless teams included in Class 1A, Donahoe and Vina. In Class 2A, Central of Hayneville, Barber County. Down in Clio, Horseshoe Bend. Down in New Site, Class 3A, Northside Methodist from Dothan. Wilcox Central from Camden. Childersburg, Hanceville, and Asbury. Class 4A, Haleyville. Class 5A, Alberta and Hayden. And in Class 6A, Murphy of Mobile, Park Crossing in Montgomery, Paul Bryant in Tuscaloosa, Columbia in Huntsville, and Robert E. Lee High School in Huntsville. There were no winless teams in Class 7A. And come on, Paul Bryant, you got the name of the greatest coach in college football history on your school and you didn't win a game. Got to do better, Paul Bryant. We'll be back with more. We'll be back with more after the game.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
This spring and summer, get it done right with Oxford Lumber, your hometown partner for projects big or small. From refreshing your garden to upgrading your outdoor space, we've got everything you need. Check out our full garden center and gear up on our Stihl showroom, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Ready to grill? We've got Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone to fire up the fun. Since 1985, Oxford Lumber has been built on tradition and focused on you. Visit us today at any of our 5 locations: Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln. Oxford Lumber, where you're treated like family.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
We stand for Mother Nature. Home sweet home. The best you. Sunsets with friends. Hustle. Art that lasts. life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you. The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
This is After the Game, presented by the Calhoun County Commission. Fred Wilson, Danny Shears, Carolyn Henderson, Terry Howell, and Lee Patterson supporting. I tell you, if there's an event, if there's a tourist attraction, if there's anything worthwhile going on in Calhoun County, these folks are supporting it and behind it and are 100% involved with it. Great county commission supporting all of our schools, all of our historic sites, all of our recreational sites, and also bringing you high school football Alabamas after the game on these Football Friday nights. And back on After the Game, joined again by Chad Barnett and Coach Michael Short. Chad's had talked about his 2 games he went to. I had 2 games tonight that my crew went to. And one of those games tonight, Central Clay County is kind of a blue blood. They're a new blue blood. But now Andalusia is as blue as they get. Mm-hmm. We kept talking about blue bloods last week. This was a great matchup tonight down in Volunteer Stadium between Central Clay County and Andalusia. It's one of those, when I see those 2 teams playing each other, I'm like, this is going to be a great football game.
2 Hall of Fame coaches.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
It's definitely a newer school, but when you combine Lineville and Clay County together before they came together, this is their 139th win if they could pull it off tonight in the playoffs. So, yeah, I think that qualifies. This is blue blood for sure. Andalusia unranked, Clay County number 5, or Central Clay, sorry about that, number 5 on the season. But don't sleep on Andalusia. The seniors on this football team, they were freshmen whenever the Bulldogs won the state championship back in 2022. So a little playoff experience coming up north to Clay Central. Let's go to the highlights and check this one out and see how it played out. The ball's warming up, and then you will see one of the most legendary head coaches in the state of Alabama, Danny Horn, roaming the sidelines once again. Team about to get the ball back on a punt, but the punt is going to be muffed. Andalusia is going to recover in plus territory, and they're going to be set up with a nice little drive here. Zarek Jones, he's going to take this one over the left side, feed it in for 12 yards, and a first down for Andalusia. But they play defense in Central, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Known for it. Taylor Boyd, he's been there. He understands. He gets the pick at the 1. So, a little mishap in special teams, but they pick it up on defense. But this would be another negative play for Clay Central. It's going to be a sack in the end zone. That is going to be a safety. 13-2 now is the score. Central is up. 10-yard run from Laxton Smith. Late hit. 15-yard penalty. That moves it down even closer, but they play defense in Central, don't they?
Yes.
Another pick. Camden Mullins with the INT. Giving the Vols back the ball. Boyd is going to take this one himself for an easy 20 yards right up the gut, setting up another first down for the Vols. Zion Newell, another 10-yard run down to the 7-yard line. And then Boyd's going to take this one from 2 yards out into pay dirt for a touchdown. They're going to go for 2 here to make it 21-2. Wilkerson going to pass to Glenn for the 2-point conversion. 21-2, and that would be the final. Central Clay outlasts Andalusia 21-2.
I said at the very beginning of this, I didn't really believe we got there at halftime watching the entire third quarter into the early part of the fourth quarter, that I just didn't think Andalusia could drive. Maybe they get a turnover or something like that. I didn't think Andalusia could take the football and drive it down the field on this Clay Central defense. And obviously they didn't. Just a dominant defensive performance again by a Danny Horn team. We've seen it over and over. The one thing Andalusia could not do tonight, they could not run the football. Yeah. And you saw Clay Central could. And there we go. Stopping the run, running the ball, difference in the game.
Nobody understands defense wins championships, much like Coach Horn.
Yeah, that's part of it. We used to have a T-shirt that said "Defense wins championships," and when you get to the end of the season of college football, the team's got the best defense usually wins. Typically. The thing that you see there is, I noticed that a lot of people took snaps. Quarterback's not quite back yet, not quite healthy enough yet with his. He had his stitches taken out of his leg. Good old hard-working kid from Clay County. And what you don't know about number 12, give me that name real quick, Boyd.
Yes.
Coach, he has he's underneath a truck last week, and the truck fell down on him, and he caught it and hit him in the forehead.
And the quarterback a couple weeks ago with a chainsaw.
What are you doing down
And nicked himself with a chainsaw. So
well, Coach Horn said only in Clay County would something like that happen with kids working before school.
Oh my God!
But they're all healthy now. They're all
good.
100%.
Well, I would see more and more next week, and they'll be healthier next week than they have been, and they're going to need it. There's some good football teams coming up.
But they've played with it. They've been with it without their quarterback all year, though, right? This should serve them well.
It's what helped them. Yes,
Yeah.
it's made them better.
Yeah.
And he also, which I didn't see him on defense a whole lot, but if they face a team that throws the ball a lot, he's a good safety.
Yeah, absolutely. They're solid, and the thing that has always happened with Danny Horn teams, whether it be at Clay County, whether it be at Ben Russell, whether it be at Clay Central, they start peaking at this time of year and playing their best football, and it kind of all comes together, and it seems like it's coming together just in time for this quarterfinal round game at Viger next week.
It's a long trip.
Going to Mobile.
How far of a drive is that?
6 hours, probably 5-6 hours.
They've already got it planned out.
I'm sure.
Well, they thought they may have to go to UMS Wright, so that's kind of the same general area.
But that's not. They don't travel on Friday. They're going to go down there on Thursday, or how does that work?
I'd say I don't know with him. I mean, he may just decide to go on down there on early Friday morning.
Would have them in Montgomery
on Wednesday,
overnight on Wednesday. They'd be doing walkthroughs at the Holiday Inn, But I don't know if that was.
If I was a betting man, I don't know. I would bet Clay Central's going to drive down there and drive back.
And drive back for sure.
That's what I would guess. I don't know that, but that would be
hours in a bus.
The thing that when you watch their teams is you always notice when you start watching the playoffs, you see that guy plays both ways. Well, a lot of these guys don't start playing both ways till they get into the playoffs. When they actually need that guy to come over and play a little safety now. So you think, well, what is he doing? A quarterback plays a little bit more. Running back now all of a sudden is playing outside linebackers. Once you get in the playoffs, I mean, it's one and done. So you got to play your best at every position. It's just he always finds a way to put them in there in the right place at the right time.
And again, Coach, that makes them hard to prepare for because you look at all this film all year, and then all of a sudden you get out on the field. Oh, here's a guy playing a position I've never seen before.
The weakness is not there anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Red Threads. I hope you enjoy our Red Thread Stay Put preview box. I have no idea what you may see on that every week. Sometimes it's interesting. Red Threads powered by O-Brand. Tomorrow, we've been saying it already, a huge game at Jacksonville State coming up at Amherst Stadium. And if you're going to the game tomorrow, go early. Just go by 30 minutes or so, a little early. Go on the square there. Go to the Red Threads. They have their storefront right there on the square. I promise you the best selection of quality Jacksonville State merchandise at Red Threads on the square in Jacksonville. And also, folks, it's getting to be the holiday season. And I saw the sign just the other day, Dad's Barbecue, top of the river. Dad's Barbecue has... I can't even describe to you how good their smoked turkey is. It is phenomenal. Top of the river and Dad's, either one of them got you covered for this holiday season coming up. And they not only have the turkey, they've got ham, they've got chicken, they got barbecue, they got ribs, they've got the sandwiches, the breads, the potato rolls, everything you need for a tailgate, but especially with Thanksgiving coming up. In less than 2 weeks will be Thanksgiving. Check out the folks at Dad's Barbecue. They'll hook you up for a Thanksgiving meal like you won't forget at Dad's Barbecue on McClellan Boulevard in Anniston. We'll be back with more of After the Game, presented by the Calhoun County Commission in just a moment.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you. But when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated. Dedicated to what moves you.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle in a Ted's today.
Ted's Floors and Beyond, bringing you our team of the week throughout the year. They've been great partners with High School Football Alabama, and they'll be great partners with you as well. The next time you need not only flooring, they can handle that hardwood, ceramic floor, tile, carpet, whatever it is. They'll take care of you. But now they have partnered with Welborn Cabinets, so they can do custom cabinets. They can redo your kitchen. They can redo your bathroom as well. Ted's Floors and Beyond. Go to shopteds.com. That is going to be the place to go to find out more information. Visit them on U.S. Highway 431 out in the Sachs area. Back on High School Football Alabama's After the Game on this Football Friday night, John Holder, Coach Michael Short, Chad Barnett, our entire hard-working After the Game team with you on this Football Friday night from the Sound Solutions Media Center, Quintard Avenue in Midtown Aniston. Great partners as well, the folks at Parker Memorial. Great hosts putting up with us here on these Football Friday nights. We mentioned earlier we're sprinkling in the Game of the Year nominees, but we also have our Play of the Year nominees, and we are about to take a look at all 11 of those presented by Core Sports Medicine. They brought you the plays of the night throughout the season, and these are the 11 plays of the night that are the nominees for the plays of the year, and you are going to choose those. Straight up, you just go to High School Football Alabama's Facebook page, scroll on down to see all those Play of the Year nominees, and just like it. That's all you have to do. And next Friday at 12 noon, whoever is the leader is going to win. And the players involved with that, we're going to give them a nice plaque of awards to remember and recognize them as the Play of the Year. So here we go. Got this, having this, got some issues going on here. So maybe we'll go into the Class 3A bracket. Can we do that, guys? Till we get these the video solved?
Coach, you got any jokes? You got any jokes?
Well, I mean, no.
No.
The jokes are on some people tonight.
All right, we're good now, they tell us. All right, great job, guys, in the back there. And so now let's go and take a look at our Core Sports Medicine Play of the Year nominees. Week number 1, Raleigh Pinto with this catch against Cherokee County. Look at that from quarterback Cole Austin. That was an awesome one right there. Play number 2, Hoax Bluff Bryce Whitaker, a 59-yard touchdown run against arch rival Southside at Barney Hood Stadium on a Thursday night in week number 2. That is Play of the Year nominee number 2. Now we need to change that. There we go. Alexandria's M.J. Morrison, 91-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The opening kickoff return of the touchdown of the game against White Plains. Anniston's D.K. Baker. We saw this earlier, an interception in the end zone against Alexandria. This is also this game our Game of the Year nominee, and that's the Play of the Year from D.K. Baker with that interception to seal the win for Anniston against Alexandria. That was so good. We'll show you a replay of it in slow motion.
Nobody throws his way. They don't.
Well, there's why.
That's
Play
why.
of the Year. This is number 5, Thursday night down at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga. Trendon Glenn, we just saw him catch a two-point conversion tonight. This was a fumble return down to the 3 against Sylacauga. The longest play of the year, Oxford's Andre Ford, a 99-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Mims against Helena in a 42-7 Oxford win down at Lamar Field. That set the lights off down at Lamar Field. Here's Glencoe's Parker Gullidge. Catches a block punt in midair for a touchdown against Weaver in that 54-19 win. Again, this one's so good, we're going to show it to you again, slow motion. Blocks, go straight up in the air and comes down right in his hands for an easy Glencoe touchdown over at Wilson Darnell Field in Glencoe. That was in week number 7. Week number 8, spin move from Pleasant Valley's Caden Vick, a 43-yard touchdown run against the Gaston Bulldogs. Here's the spin move. Maybe not 80 Lacey, but it's pretty good. Touchdown for Pleasant Valley's Caden Vick against the Gaston Bulldogs. Week number 9. We saw this one earlier because this is a Game of the Year nominee. J.J. Beeson with an interception return for a touchdown to seal Alexandria's win in that 36-28 win against Cherokee County, and home field advantage for Alexandria in the playoffs in that game out at Lou Scales Stadium. Week number 10, Clay Central's Zion Newell. Touchdown pass from J.T. Wilkerson against Pell City. 6-3 win by Clay Central.
Great
the only
catch.
touchdown scored in the game in this one.
Watch the
that
official.
one right there.
Watch what the official does. What does that mean when he does this? That slide to the right. Touchdown.
We're going to Birmingham for the review.
Yes.
And week number 11, this is a 2-point conversion pass from Damon Pope to Tariq Judkins against Jacksonville in the Bulldogs' 18-3 win right there. Those are the 11 plays of the night. One of those will be the Play of the Year, and you will decide it at our High School Football Alabama Facebook page. Go and vote. The voting ends on that, and our Game of the Year, that will end coming up on Friday, November 21st, a week from today at 12 noon, presented by the folks at Core Sports Medicine. All right, guys, going back to our brackets now. We're going to Class 3A in our Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden brackets, and we're going to take you 3A South North. A lot of interest around here, guys, because obviously we have a lot of 3A schools around here, so a lot of folks are interested in the 3A brackets. So as we go to that here in just a second, we'll show you Class 3A from top to bottom. Here it is. Interesting game tonight. Southside of Selma taking on Cottage Hill Christian out of Mobile. That was at Selma tonight. And Southside Selma wins it 39-22. This was a tie football game. I think it was 22-22 at one time. Glenwood, they beat Trinity Presbyterian. Impressive win by the Gators tonight at home in Smith Station. They beat the Wildcats 40-7. Next week, a very interesting game is you're going to have Glenwood Academy, Glenwood School out of Smith Station, going to take on Southside of Selma. Southside number 3, Glenwood unranked. Glenwood is now 10-2. Southside of Selma, the Panthers are now make that 12-0. The other quarterfinal game in the South, Montgomery Academy, impressive win tonight at home against Lee Scott out of Auburn. They beat them 38-0. Bayside Academy, very impressed with the Admirals tonight. They beat Randolph County 47-7. I think my prediction is whoever wins this game is going to Birmingham. Montgomery Academy, Bayside Academy next week down in The game will be at Daphne. Bayside Academy will come into that game ranked number 5. Montgomery Academy number 6. Montgomery Academy 11-1. Bayside Academy also will come into that game at 11-1. North Alabama. Mars Hill Bible tonight. No problem beating Winfield at home in Florence, 42-6. Geraldine beat Westbrook Christian 31-15. Last year, these two teams played each other. They're going to play each other again. Last year, 27-21 in the playoffs at Geraldine. This time it will be in Florence. Geraldine and Mars Hill Bible. Number 1 Mars Hill, number 4 Geraldine. Mars Hill is 12-0. Geraldine is 11-1. And the other quarterfinal game in the North will be at the Field of Champions again. The Piedmont Bulldogs will be at home for the 3rd consecutive week. Piedmont and Gordo have met a lot of times in the playoffs. Piedmont ranked number 2. They're now 12-0. Gordo ranked number 8. They are 10-1. Next week, Gordo and Piedmont, the Field of Champions. Guys, 3A. A lot of going on there.
South Madison Academy not Madison Academy.
Montgomery
Academy, excuse me. Madison Academy was on my way. Montgomery, with all they lost, coach, players, all that kind of stuff, to be back where they are now, pretty impressive. Because that was an exodus that left. So that was huge. And then Piedmont tonight, 36-0 over Fife.
Fife had not been shut out since 1999.
That's insane. Those are the two ones that stick out.
I brought it up last week. I still think 3A, top to bottom, is one of the best classes in the state, from top to bottom.
It's a lot of fun.
It's very evenly matched. The state championship game, and it was this way last year. Last year, Mars Hill Bible beat Houston Academy 50-43. It was probably the best state championship game last year overall, and very competitive. And I think the state championship game in 3A, whoever it is, probably going to be very competitive again. The thing about Piedmont is, we get caught up talking about Raleigh Pinto and the offense and things like that. It's good. But Jonathan Miller has always been known. His pedigree is the defensive guy.
That's right.
And, when you talk about who was going to be the first team in 26 years to shut out the Fife Red Devils, guys, it's not much of a surprise.
Well, they went to overtime last year.
Jonathan Miller.
In a close game, we went to overtime with him last year. And he's played them when he was at Sachs. But let me throw this in there real quick. It's not about 3A, but I'd love to see Wadley in 3A. Because they've beaten 2 of the teams soundly that play tonight. And one of them won going on to the 3rd round. The other one got beat, but he beat them soundly.
Yeah, I said all year long I'd love to see a Wadley-Piedmont matchup. It'd be something to see. Wadley that'd be a great football game.
Here's the difference. The thing that Piedmont can do is they can run the football and they can run it with Pinto. But they can throw the ball so effectively to a lot of different people. Tonight, they just didn't use Pinto in the running game and the pass game. They used him in a bunch of different ways. Yes, he made some big plays, but they were able to convert first downs with all the other guys.
Speaking of Piedmont, the folks at Young Oil Company Grub Mart, headquartered and based in Piedmont, they bring you our muscle team every Friday night. But they're not just in Piedmont. They are there, but they have locations in Center, in Gadsden, in Southside, in Alexandria. They're in Oxford. They're in Lee County, in Auburn, in Opelika. They're in downtown Auburn. They're right there on U.S. Highway 29 in Opelika. They're now over in St. Clair County and in Walker County. They've got locations pretty much all over North and Central Alabama, and they still have the 99-cent bag of ice. They've got all kinds of great specials inside the store. If you're going tailgating, they've got everything that you need there. They've got a great new loyalty program. So proud sponsor of high school sports. The Young family has been doing that, and Jacksonville State, for the better part of about 7 decades. And Grub Mart bringing you high school football Alabamas after the game. Time for our next extra point of the night, presented by State Representative Randy Wood out of District 36. District 6, that's East Alabama, well represented in the AHSAA North-South All-Star Football Classic in Mobile next month. Gadsden City's Ali Smith and Springville's Chris Metcalf will serve as assistant coaches. Players from around here will include Josiah Dozier and running back LaCameron Meadows from Moody, great player. Center Zayden Franklin of Coosa Christian, great player. Offensive lineman Asa Holbert and tight end Ben Mosley from Cherokee County, great players. Linebacker Ty Sims from Gadsden City, another great player. Kicker Patrick Williams from Springville, fantastic player. Defensive end Jordan Woods, what a beast he is from Pell City. And I think maybe the most unheralded running back in this state is running back Caleb Wynn from Oxford. The game is December 12th at Hancock Whitney Stadium on the campus of South Alabama in Mobile. We'll be back with more of After the Game in just a moment.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
At Jacksonville State University, the journey starts with you. It begins with your ambition, your curiosity, your dreams. Here, you forge your own path. You have the power to make a difference, explore new horizons, and turn your passions into your future. At Jack State, we journey forward together. The journey starts with you.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
USA Softball of Alabama bringing you our scoreboard here on these Football Friday nights. Contact Tracy Morgan, USASoftballofalabama.com is their website. It's got all kind of great information there. Their 2026 season is actually underway, so if you're adult, youth, whatever, you want to play softball, get involved with that, go to USASoftballofalabama.com. Back with the coach and also with Chad Barnett. I told you I had a couple of stops tonight, one down at Volunteer Stadium for Clay Central. My first stop before we got there was at Wedowee tonight for Randolph County with Mo Winston. I had met Mo, but I hadn't seen the Mo show yet, and I wanted to see that up close and personal tonight. Bayside Academy coming in from Daphne, heralded program coached by former Auburn quarterback Barrett Trotter, and very well coached, very disciplined. I kept walking. I walked out of Hugh and Humphrey Stadium, Ron Waters Field, headed to Wineville. I thought, man, that bunch is like a machine. This is a really good Class 3A football team.
They nearly walked into the game tonight unbeaten on the season, if not for an opening week loss to a Phillip Rivers-led St. Michael's team in the opening week of the season, also the #1 team in 4A, unbeaten in that record. They would be unbeaten on this season, so that's the only blemish on the record, and they come into tonight's matchup in round 2 looking to knock off Randolph County. Let's go to the highlights, check it out, and see exactly how this one played out. And as you mentioned, John, Ron Waters Field, Hewlett Humphrey Stadium down in Wedowee. Randolph County players sending one up before kickoff tonight. Starting off with the kickoff, Bayside would have the ball. This would be an impressive kickoff return of 42 yards, setting him up nice, just patient running, finding his blocks, finding a lane, gets over there to the sideline to pick it up of 42 yards, and they're going to hit the pay dirt on this one. Monroe Parton, big fella here. 50 yards to the house. PAT would be no good, but doesn't matter. Bayside is on top 6-0 early in this contest. The Mo Show would get going here on a 4th and short. Mo Winston on a 3-yard run does pick up the first down, but those runs tonight for him were few and far between because Bayside was really strong. Another 4th and 5 again. Same drive. Randolph County looking to convert on the same opening drive on a 4th and 5. This, though, on an end around, it's going to be stopped short, and that would give the ball back to Bayside. So they were aggressive on the first 2 plays or 2 series of that drive. Didn't work out. Bayside now back to work. How did you pronounce his name? Yamani? Yamani. That's right. It took me a second to look at it. 23-yard catch, and then Yamani's going to take it in from 6 yards. Another score for Bayside. PAT this time would be good. John, you were very impressed with him. They're up 13-0 at this point. More Bayside, 17-yard pass to Noah Kane. And then Yamani is going to take this one to the house after that. 15-yard touchdown run by Yamani. Bayside now up 20-0. They would not look back under the head coach, Barrett Trotter, as you mentioned, from Auburn fame. Look up, Coach. Nope, never mind. Bayside, 47-7. Very impressive tonight.
We left at the end of the first quarter. It was already 19-0 Bayside. The handwriting was kind of already on the wall there. The Mo Show just couldn't get on track tonight. Obviously, only 7 points tonight. They were keying on him as anybody would, but this was a team very big and physical up front on the offensive and defensive lines. That was the thing that stood out. Very well coached, very sound, fundamentally, as far as making mistakes, it just doesn't happen. I spent some time on the Bayside sideline, and I don't know that I've been on a sideline this year. Usually, on a sideline, at some point in time during the game, there's some, laughing, there's some talking, there's some smiles. No, this was a business trip by Bayside. They came 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever it is, from Daphne to Wedowee, and this was a business trip. I've seen a high school football team. I mean, when they're over there looking at on the sidelines and they're looking at the laptop that they've got set up and look at the screen and all that, I mean, these guys are laser focused in. It's going to be it's going to take a very, very good, I would say, a great 3A football team to beat Bayside Academy.
Was it a tent?
No tents. No tents, and Coach, really no TV screens. I think it was kind of like a little laptop over there.
Yeah, they did it on laptops. I bet at home.
Nothing fancy.
No, they can afford it. But
44. I was told that they have a $44 million endowment at Bayside Academy. Is what I was told tonight.
Slightly more than Randolph County does, I think.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It's more than
Chown County.
It's more at Spring Garden.
I was going to say.
Well, they're well coached, and you can know that Mo's a great football player.
Yeah.
He's had a great year and going to go on and play, college football somewhere. But you're going to play when you play Bayside, they're playing great people every week. Their non-region schedule, I mean, just the people they play down there. Anytime you get somebody out of Region 1, out of Mobile, they've played against great athletes. I don't want to take anything away from Mo, but they play against Mo's all the time. They see those kind of guys all the time, so that's not a shock to them.
What is it about those South teams like that when they come up and they have so much talent on those teams?
Well, the first thing when you get to some of those teams that they've seen, it's not they don't have to wait a quarter. Oh man, we're behind now because we got to get used to the speed. They probably looked at it as being a little bit maybe slower. Not Mo, but team speed wise, up front, physicality, things like that. Yeah. They just got more of them.
And Barrett Trotter's done a great job because they've had some great teams while he's been the head coach. But I go back to when they really kind of start. This is a relatively young program as far as football goes, and Phil Lazenby, who is one of the great coaches in state history, kind of laid the foundation of this program down at Bayside. And that's probably one of the more underrated coaches in this state. This guy's did a great job at Ben Russell. He was at Gunnersville. He was at Southside for a couple of years. Ben Russell. Daphne, and then
helped out at UMS
Bayside.
Wright
Yep.
with Terry Curtis. I've known Phil for a long time, and he's also a veteran.
Yep.
He was in Vietnam.
Kind of helped. He laid the foundation for what Bayside is right now.
Yeah.
All right, more bracket time. We're up to Class 4A now as we go to our Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden brackets in Class 4A. And as always, we will begin in the South. Tonight, Hanley gave Jackson all they wanted tonight down at Wright Field. Number 2, defending state champion Jackson, beating Hanley tonight 42-28. W.S. Neal at home in East Bruton tonight. The Blue Eagles beating American Christian 35-7. So next week, W.S. Neal and Jackson. That will be a rematch. They will play at Jackson next week. W.S. Neal comes to the game at 9-3, and Jackson will come in at 10-2. The other quarterfinal game in the South, Bullock County out of 4A Region 3.
How about that?
They beat Mobile Christian tonight. The game was in Union Springs, 21-0. St. Michael Catholic for the second time in a row. Last year they came to Pleasant Grove. This time they come to Pleasant Grove and they win again. St. Michael Catholic beats Pleasant Grove tonight over in Metro Birmingham 41-7. So next week, Bullock County, Union Springs, they will travel down to Fairhope to take on St. Michael Catholic, the number 1 team in the state. Bullock County unranked. Bullock County 9-3. St. Michael Catholic now 12-0. A lot of interest in 4A North. This was the surprise of the night to me. Not only Good Hope winning, but Good Hope blasting West Morgan in Trinity tonight on their home field. A lot of folks thought this might be the year West Morgan gets to the Super 7. Good Hope blasts them tonight 31-7. Plainview will bring you highlights of this game from Rainsville tonight, where Plainview beat Alexandria. That was surprising as well. Not that Plainview won, but they won 42-14. So next week, I don't know that anybody had quarterfinals at the beginning of the season, Plainview and Good Hope, but that is the matchup. That'll be number 10 Good Hope. They're 10-2, taking on 12-0 and number 5 ranked Plainview next week over in Coleman County at Good Hope. And the final matchup in the North next week, a lot of Anniston fans were pulling for Hamilton tonight because they would have been at home. But Anniston beats Madison Academy 44-15. And in overtime, Deschler goes into Hamilton. They beat the Aggies 31-30 in overtime. That's bad news for Anniston in the fact that now they have to make the long trip to Tuscumbia. And that will be number 4 Anniston, number 8 Deschler, Deschler 11-1, Anniston 12-0. What a matchup. I think of all the matchups next week in 4A, guys, I think that's the one, Anniston and Deschler.
That's going to be a good one, for sure.
A couple of state championships come out of there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Both places.
Yeah, and you think of the Deschlers from the early 2000s, 2010s with John Mothershed and how they were just studs. So, I mean, I don't know if they're that
Even
level.
back into the 90s.
Even back in the 90s?
No, he says they're not. I've talked to him.
Okay.
They're not to that level.
Well, they're going to have it.
But Good
against
Hope,
Anniston.
if you remember, Good Hope beat Cherokee County by 2 points last week. So these scores.
Find out Friday.
That's exactly. These scores are telling me I'm looking for Anniston.
I'm just kind of surprised because we thought that, because with Cherokee County and Alexandria, they all held with Anniston. We thought at some point we would have some form fashion of a rematch in the playoffs between either Cherokee County, Alexandria, Anniston in some order or fashion, and it's not going to happen now. Surprising, at least to say the least. Great season for all those teams, but it is a little bit surprising not to see that.
Yeah, if you told me back, and this is why high school football is so great. If you told me back in August, hey John, one of the 2 quarterfinal games in the North is going to be Plainview and Good Hope.
No, but also
Anniston Deschler, yes, I would have believed that.
I have heard from other coaches in the state that I've heard talk about Plainview is defensively you're not going to trick them. You're not going to outsmart them.
How could you?
You're not going to outsmart them, but they've got they're faster than they look, and they're huge, and they're big on both sides, and they're very quick on both sides as far as their offensive defensive line. But yeah, that's Anniston is sitting in a good spot. Here's the difference. A lot of people say, "Oh, they're going to go over to Deschler. They have to be playing on grass." No, Deschler has turf now, so that's a big difference.
And coach,
those West
as
Alabama
you know,
officials.
Coach, you know Chapel Stadium in Tuscumbia?
Been there and done that.
You've been there. That's a tough place to go. That's one of
I've
the
lost there
toughest
and I've won
places in
there.
high school football to go into. So Anniston, if one play in that Hamilton and Deshler game tonight goes the other way, Hamilton's coming to White Mosby. So that's how close it was. Instead of getting Hamilton at home, a team that only beat Asheville by 7 points, instead you're having to go make that 4-hour trip to Tuscumbia.
But you make it now, if you win, your chances of getting to come home to semis are a lot better. Now the atmosphere, the game atmosphere at Deshler, this will be right up Anniston's alley, because when Deshler comes off this little kind of a tunnel and they come down a little bitty small hill, they're going to have more smoke flying than you can't even see the players come out of it. Music's going to be loud, smoke's going to be flying, and you think that'll intimidate the Bulldogs? No, they'll start barking.
Nope.
Bulldogs lead the way.
That's
They'll be
right.
leading the way
Right now
up
they do.
278 and 157 to Tuscumbia next Friday night. Anniston Orthopedics bringing you our comeback player of the week this year, and Anniston Orthopedics with their Saturday morning sports injury clinic, 8 o'clock Saturday mornings at the Tyler Center. Anniston Orthopedics, those folks, six highly skilled, experienced physicians. You know them by the names Vandervoort, Tippett, Hardy, Wiedmer, Morris. They also have great sports medicine trainers. You see them on the sidelines at high school games all across East Alabama. Anniston Orthopedics, proud sponsors once again this year of high school football Alabama's After the Game. When we come back, more scores and highlights as we roll on a Football Friday night.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle into Ted's today.
We stand for Mother Nature. Home sweet home. The best you. Sunsets with friends. Hustle. Art that lasts. Life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you. But when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Anniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated. Dedicated to what moves you.
Anniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
WM Grocery, if you are looking for catering for your next event, maybe it's a Christmas party, maybe you got a big banquet coming, Folks, we were at one, this coach and I were both at a banquet this week with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes that WM Grocery catered, and it was off the chain, phenomenal. WM Grocery, they cater out of every location, Piedmont, Heflin, Roanoke, and in Wedowee. And they also cater here on Friday nights after the game. Show you our hospitality room tonight. Look at this shot right here. Charcuterie board, the football cookies, pasta salad. Coach, what about the pasta salad?
I hope you don't eat more of it because I'm carrying it home with me. That stuff's good. Those
Chicken
are good.
salad, croissants. Look at that. All unbelievable. Wouldn't you love to have that at your Christmas party? Wouldn't you love to do that? Oh,
those are off the chain.
meatballs with their special sauce tonight from WM Grocery. Look at that. I had a whole bowl of those tonight. And there's the whole presentation right there. Not only the football cookies. Coach, you're telling about the oatmeal cookies?
Yes, they're good. And I'm not a real oatmeal guy, but I bit into it. And man, it's pretty good.
WM Grocery, check them out. Heflin, Piedmont, Wedowee, and in Roanoke for your catering needs. All right, we've got two more candidates, actually three more. We're going to show you two more right here for our Game of the Year presented by Dad's Barbecue and Top of the River. And this is going to be Game of the Year video number 3 coming up. Again, you can go to High School Football Alabama's Facebook page. Scroll on down. You'll find it. It'll be there. You can vote all the way through 12 noon next Friday, November 21st. We're going to announce the winner right here on After the Game next Friday night. So here it is. This is our game from September 12th. Hoax Bluff and White Plains. At the time, Coach, this was a meaningful game because both these teams were trying to kind of jockey for playoff positioning here out at White Plains.
Well, they're two well-coached football teams too. No matter how the score or how their season ended up with the win-loss record, they're two well-coached football teams.
And Hoax Bluff at this time was healthy. And White Plains, this was a 28-28 game there at the end. Right. Hoax Bluff scored late to win it 35-28. And this was close throughout, Coach. This was a back and forth. 7-7, 14-7, 21-14, 21-21, came right down to the very end.
White Plains is learning how to win, learning how to play for Coach Smith now. And then Hoax Bluff's always been there and done that. But the thing is, I don't know if I've seen a team, besides maybe Jacksonville, that took a beating as much as Hoax Bluff did this year with injuries.
Our Top of the River Dad's Barbecue Game 3 nominee for Game of the Year, Hoax Bluff's win over White Plains out at Robertson Field at White Plains, 35-28. Now we're going to show you another one. We got 5 of these. That was number 3. We're going to show you number 4. And number 4 for our Game of the Year video nominee was a big game as well. This did not have state playoff implications and all those kind of things, but this was a game between two really, for our part of the woods, big school football teams. Central of Clay County playing Pell City at Pete Rich Alumni Stadium in Pell City, kind of late in the year, and this was a tough football game. That was the defensive classic. This was the best defensive game played in East Alabama this year back on October 24th. 6-3, Coach. We don't see you were at this game. This was our Judd Edwards State Farm Insurance game of the week. You don't see many 6-3 games anymore at any level of football.
No, you don't. And it was a game that Danny Horn and Central Clay needed. Not saying that their region's not tough, but they needed to play that game against a team that can throw the football, move around like they can. They're a lot faster. And again, what have we said that Central Clay makes a living off of? Their defense. They do enough offensively to make some plays. This is probably early in the season when their quarterback first comes back, and it makes them better. But, Lord, defensively, and he's probably asking them right now, what did we just do right there? So, but, yeah, you can make a living off of defense, and Danny Horn has for a long time. Then here's the play of the
one of our play of the night or play of the year nominees
touchdown.
Here, 6-3. As Clay Central wins the game over Pell City. Again, you can go to High School Football Alabama's Facebook page, scroll on down. All you have to do is like it. If people are asking, do I have to make a comment? Do I have to share it? No, all you have to do is like it. And next Friday at 12 noon, we're going to count up all the likes and see who the winner is. Time now for our next Randy Woods, state representative out of District 36. Extra point of the night, Auburn head coach Keith Etheridge captured his 200th win in last Friday night's 51-40 Class 7A first-round win over Vestavia Hills. The 200 wins also puts him in a small group of coaches who have led 3 different schools to a state championship game. winning 4 state titles at Leeds, 1 at Oxford, and leading Auburn to the Class 7A finals in 2022. And they got an excellent shot at getting back there again in 2025. We'll see that in our 7A bracket coming up. After the game rolls on the Football Friday Night presented by the Calhoun County Commission.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you. But when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated to what moves you.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
Throughout the 2025 season, Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware have been bringing you our highlights, one of our sponsor highlights. They are in Oxford, and this is the time of year where folks are out there using their chainsaws. They're cutting them, they're getting that firewood up, and they've got that, Clay County, they're doing that for sure down there. The folks at Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware carry the full line of steel power equipment, chainsaws to trimmers, everything in between, and they have Gold Star certified mechanics on duty and a team that treats you like family. They're local. They know your name. They stand behind everything. Oxford Lumber and Ace Hardware, Oxford, Lincoln, Jacksonville, Talladega, and in Roanoke, all over East Alabama. It is Game of the Week time now as we take you to our Judd Edwards State Farm Game of the Week. Coach and Chad, on paper anyway, heading into this, this, everybody in the state, even the folks in Mobile, even the fans of 7A football, they know about Piedmont in 5.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and here's why. Piedmont making their 19th straight berth into the second round of the playoffs. That is a model of consistency you just don't see very often. Since 2009, these two teams have combined for 12 state championships. 12 state championships since 2009, these two teams. That's why everybody's paying attention. That's why we're at the Field of Champions tonight for the Game of the Week. Brought to you by Judd Edwards. Go to the highlights and see this one play out at the Field of Champions. And I tell you, you talk about the Blue Bloods, it doesn't get much more than that here with Piedmont and Fife. There you see the Bulldogs running out. Young Knox there as well, leading this team out there onto the field. And boy, I tell you, this offense came out humming. Didn't get any rhythm the first couple possessions for either team, but Nicholas Mixon for 9 yards there. Jet sweeping out of Raleigh Pinto. That would be a chain mover for the Bulldogs. Cole Austin now finding Mason Morrow wide open for a 45-yard touchdown pass. Bulldogs strike first. 2-point conversion from Austin with a QB keeper going to call his own number in there for the score. 8-0 Piedmont. Fife would punt and give the ball back to Piedmont. Mixon picks up 11 yards and a first down. Austin dropping back to pass. Couldn't find anybody, so he's just going to call his own number, pick it up himself, gets a first down outside on the right sideline. Handoff now to Pinto, and he's going to take this one to the house. 47 yards, and what a cut for the Jack State commit. He is fired up. Huge play by Pinto. Austin going to keep the ball. He is going to fight and just man his way into that end zone for the 2-point conversion. 16-0 Bulldogs on top. You see Jonathan Miller hoping to lead his squad to more offensive defense. Fife goes 4 and out again. Austin going to keep this one himself one more time, move the chains. Austin going to roll right this time. Always good to have a security blanket in Raleigh Pinto. 12-yard pickup, another first down. Handoff now to Jackson Howard. This is going to be over the left side, 14 yards, and another Bulldog first down. Carrying 3 Fife Red Devils with him. Austin throwing to Pinto now. Another 47-yard touchdown for Pinto. He's in there for 6. 2-point conversion would be no good, but it's okay. It's a 22-point lead. The Bulldog mascots are feeling it. Fife would have to punt again. Piedmont putting another drive together, but a couple of big penalties would stall this drive. Austin would connect to Ethan Tidwell here for 17 yards and another Bulldog first down. Keeps going. Austin, one more time. He's going to drop back to pass. This time he's going to find Morrow again for 40 yards. Beautiful catch all the way down to the 5-yard line. This handoff is going to go to Howard in there for a touchdown on a 6-yard run. 2-point conversion for Piedmont. And when a good is good, it's just rolling well for you. 2-point conversion is good. 30-0 now. Piedmont running away with this one. Fife had the ball but could not handle the snap. Fumble picked up by Carson Sanders. Austin would tip and find Pinto. Sometimes it's really be good than lucky, right? That's or lucky than good. How does it work? Doesn't matter. 36-0 Piedmont with a commanding win tonight over the Fife Red Devils. Coach Short caught up with the team after the contest.
This is Michael Short with High School Football Alabama's After the Game in Piedmont, Alabama at the Field of Champions with the victorious Piedmont Bulldogs. Guys, just how loud can y'all get here for us tonight? Let us know. I think I heard a little bit of barking there is what I heard. That's those Bulldogs for you. Coach, you have to be proud of your football team. I mean, every round's important, but anytime you get a win over a Fife football team, it's got to be important to you.
Yeah, obviously we got a lot of respect for Fife and Coach Benefield and all they've been able to accomplish over the years. So, any win over them is an accomplishment, and to do it in round 2 of the playoffs, it's an even bigger deal for our guys.
Coach, you had to be impressed with, and you always want to do that in the playoffs or really any game, but in playoffs, it's just so important. The fast start you had and the way you come out and started was very important tonight.
Yeah, I tell you this, it's always big in playoff games to get off to a fast start, and I thought our kids prepared well all week, and usually that leads to fast starts. So to come out and get stops, I thought our defense played lights out, another shutout, and offense, when you give our guys the ball back, we're going to make plays eventually.
Coach, I'm not exactly sure about the date, but it had to be back in the late 90s is the last time that Fife was shut out. So really, yeah, you get your defense, y'all give yourself a round of applause here. Coaches, you had to be proud. You already mentioned it, but you had to be proud defensively tonight of how you play, because that's not easy to defend 5.
It's not, it's smash mouth football all night. They're super physical. They are every year. And, our guys have done a good job. We're pretty physical on that side of the ball, too. And our guys were motivated to come out and play well, and they did that.
Well, you also came out of the second half and had a good start of the second half, and that always leads to good things.
Yeah, they got the ball, so we wanted to get a 3-and-out right there and get our offense the ball back and go down and score and make it a 4-score game. And, we were able to do that, and that was big for us to kind of set the momentum there in the third quarter.
Well, guys, one more time. You know what? You're on to round 3. Let us hear about it. Again, congratulations from the Field of Champions with the victorious Piedmont Bulldogs. And we're out.
We're out now. How about that, Coach? First shutout since 1999 against Fife.
It's unbelievable. And Coach challenged them all week about the physicality of Fife, and then they needed to come out. And if you watched how they finished runs, how their running backs were running through people, their offensive line took over the game. I mean, there was some huge holes there. And against Fife, who's a very physical football team, I was impressed with that. But here's some stats right here that's, and thanks for Mr. Ingram for getting those to me after the ball game. First downs, Piedmont 20, Fife 3.
Wow.
That's unheard
of. A lot of these stats, Coach, that you're about to speak to us here.
Yeah.
Fife's not been on the end of these stats in 2 or 3 decades.
Yeah, decades. Yeah, not 2 or 3 days.
I was in high school at that time. We're close to it.
Yeah. Rushing, Piedmont, 37 rushes, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, Fife had 25 rushes for 58 yards. That was almost a one yard per carry. Passing, 12 for 17, 207 yards and 3 touchdowns, and probably had 100 yards of passing called back for penalties. They had 2 touchdowns called back. And Fife was a 2 for 4 for 7 yards. Total yards, Piedmont, 426, very well could have been over 500. And Fife had a whopping 65.
Wow.
You're going to have to go back a long way. I don't know how far you're going to have to go back to find the last time that Fife was held to 65 yards of total offense.
And it's not just that they've been not manhandled like that, but it's the fact I remember back in the 2000s we went up there and covered them playing Blyville in the playoffs, and just dominant for years. This is the school that Logan Anderson played for just a couple years ago. Went to Clemson. I mean, to see these numbers, it's almost video game like. I mean, this is what you would put in if you're going to play Piedmont in Madden. This is what you would do against Fife. It's video game numbers. It's impressive. Jonathan Miller and team, hats off. That's huge.
Even after a great game, now he's going to have to let him enjoy it. But here's the things he can use against them. He didn't like the way they finished the half. He just didn't like the way it ended the half.
You got to have something, right?
But here's the one thing he can use all week. 8 penalties for 80 yards.
All right.
And 2 of those called back touchdowns. So that's something he can use this week.
Yeah, he can.
Gordo coming to town next week. Some history there between Piedmont and Gordo. Gordo's won. Piedmont's won. So there's a lot of history there. Good bit of history between Piedmont and Gordo as they'll make it back to the Field of Champions. I think every time that they've played each other in playoffs, it's been at Piedmont. It's going to be at Piedmont again. So we'll see what happens there. The thing that strikes me tonight about Piedmont is we've talked about how Anniston is playing their best football right now.
Yes.
Clay Central is playing their best football right now. I'm going to assume another area team, Coosa Christian, playing their best football right now. And Piedmont, it looks like from what I saw tonight, this may have been obviously the best football game Piedmont's played in a couple of years, probably several years.
Total, they kicked off a lot better than what I've seen them this year as far as their kickoffs. And they don't really kick extra points, but they were 3 for 4 on 2 points. That puts a lot of pressure on you in a tight, close ball game. It makes that coach over there on the other side make a decision. Are we going to do the same thing? Are we going to kick, or are we going to go for 2? After twice, they make both of them, you got to go with them to keep up.
After the game rolls on this football Friday night, we're still going to take you to Rainsville. We're going to take you to Gadsden. We've got more brackets to go through and Play of the Year, Game of the Year nominees, all that still to come as we roll on this football Friday night, presented by the Calhoun County Commission.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle into Ted's today.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
This spring and summer, get it done right with Oxford Lumber, your hometown partner for projects big or small. From refreshing your garden to upgrading your outdoor space, we've got everything you need. Check out our full garden center and gear up on our Stihl showroom, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Ready to grill? We've got Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone to fire up the fun. Since 1985, Oxford Lumber has been built on tradition and focused on you. Visit us today at any of our 5 locations: Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln. Oxford Lumber, where you're treated like family.
We stand for Mother Nature. Home sweet home. The best you. Sunsets with friends. Hustle. Art that lasts. Life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you. The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Judd Edwards State Farm Insurance in Heflin, protecting what matters most. Home, auto, life, business. Judd Edwards right there in Heflin is going to take care of you, bringing you our Judd Edwards State Farm Insurance Game of the Week. You just saw that from up at Piedmont. Great supporter of high school athletics and communities all across East Alabama. Judd Edwards State Farm Insurance over in Heflin and serving all of East Alabama. Back on high school football, Alabama's After the Game, coming to you live tonight from the Sound Solutions Media Center. Parker Memorial Baptist Church, Quintard Avenue in Anniston on this football Friday night. John Holder, Coach Michael Short, Chad Barnett, our entire hard-working team tonight. And we still got more highlights to come at you. We're going to take you to Gadsden tonight, and we talk about dominant teams. I don't know that there's been a team that in their classification has been more dominant than the Coosa Christian Conquerors this year.
They've got a full team. We know that. They've got good coaches. We know that. But when you're playing on that level and you got a player such as Kylan Johnson, it sets you apart on a different level. He's a 4-star prospect in the 28 class. He's a sophomore this year. He's ranked as the 4th best player in the state in that class by 247 Sports. A couple Saturdays ago, we were all sitting around getting fat watching football. He's visiting Ole Miss. So this kid has a massive future. Back in Gadsden tonight, though, looking to lead his team into the 3rd round of the playoffs. Let's go to the highlights. Check this one out and see exactly how it played out as Lexington came and traveled to play the Coosa Christian Conquerors. Round 2 of the playoffs. Lexington starts with the ball. Zane Kilburn finds Will White for a first down, and they're moving. Next play, Kilburn finds Jake Lord for another first down. And I'm telling you, hey, maybe Coosa goes down tonight. Field goal attempt, it's good. Golden Bears capitalize with a field goal. It's 3-0. Could they pull the upset?
Yeah.
Coosa's second drive of the night starts from the 5. Joseph East. Just watch. I want to shut up. I mean, he's a big fella. He is running.
He's leaving, man.
Yes, he is. He's gone 95 yards, Coach, to the house. Coach Whitmore loving it on the sideline.
He's got legs.
Looked like Debo Samuel, honestly, number 11 running down the sideline. Massive play, 7-3. Trouble strikes again for the Golden Bears when Wilburn is picked off by, guess who? Kylan Johnson. He's going to take it back for the pick 6. Johnson's 8th pick of the year. That's good for the top 5 in the state in interceptions. PAT would be good, 14-3 Coosa. Their next possession, Oliver Long finding L.J. Mostella for a first down. What a play by the quarterback, too. Defender hanging on. He gets rid of it. Mostella picks up the first. Next play, Johnson's going to take the handoff. Just watch what he does with it. He's going to keep going. He's in there for the score. Touchdown, Coosa. PAT is good, 21-3. So that little last 2 scores by Johnson. Lexington has to punt. Just don't punt it to him.
No.
But he gets it. So Johnson's going to take this one, and he's going to house it. Punt return for a touchdown. That is going to really sway this game in the favor of Coosa Christian. Score right now is 28-3. Ensuing kickoff. Let's go to it. Coosa kicking off to Lexington. Lexington's going to recover, run it up a little bit. The ball's going to hit the ground, but they're going to say it's a loose ball recovered by Lexington. So Golden Bears driving now. Sawyer Howard. This time he's going to get the first down inside Coosa territory. Next play, though, Howard is going to find some misfortune. The ball off a helmet and into the Coosa Christian Warriors' hands, Conquerors' hands. Sorry about that. Next play, Long. He's going to connect with Mostella, who is running with room. Conqueror touchdown. PAT is good. It's 35-3 now. What could have been for Lexington there on that drive? Next possession, Long. He's going to find Halen Palmer. A lot of names we're going through. This is what I'm talking about. It's not just Johnson. It's a good football team. So Halen Palmer with a first down. Long hitting Grayson Malone for another touchdown. PAT is good. 42-3 at the half. Coosa. Philip Ellen Stadium looking good tonight. 49-16 is the final.
I will say this. You always look for positives in football, and even though Lexington lost 49-16, I will say this. Just looking at the crowd shot there, Lexington brought an outstanding crowd to Gadsden. That's a 3-hour drive from up in New Lauderdale County, and I think that kudos to them for bringing the crowd and supporting their team as they came in as a massive underdog tonight. But everybody in 2A is going to be a massive underdog of this Coosa Christian team.
I'm speechless. That's a lot too for me to say.
If they put, they should have beat Pell City. Had them beat.
Should have, yeah.
Russ his team gives up 2, onside kicks at the end of the game to lose. They beat Blunt, who played Viger real close. And they blow out everybody else. If you take their offense, and their offense just had to play one way, their offense, when they're just playing one way, is as good as I've seen this year. And I've seen some good offenses.
Regardless of
classification.
I don't care what classification.
Their offensive line?
Yes.
Men. Men.
And they have to play both ways, I understand, just like other 2A schools will too. And they should win the North. And I think it'll be a good ball game in a state championship game. It very well could be, because somebody down there, and I won't say names, has got some players. It's got some players too, but they're playing at another level, and I guess we'll see. But I tell you what, some of the hardest hits I've seen this year has come at that field. Watching them play, there's a kid got hit last week by that kid. I thought, how did he get up? I mean, I don't know how he got up. So we'll see. They're very strong. They're physically strong. And they do things that a lot of 2A schools don't get to do because of they're doing a lot of stuff that 6A and 7A schools do. I promise you, they did not stay at home last night. They slept in Jacksonville at a hotel, getting ready for the ball game. And then if
So
they
you
go on
telling me Danny Horn is going to drive all the way to Mobile?
Yes.
And the same day and drive back, and we're going to play a home game, and you're going to take a hotel?
Well, that's what they do in college.
That's what they do. All right, fair enough.
That's the way
Hey,
it is.
49-16, whatever. Do your thing.
And what you don't see out of that is now, because when the season started, they were playing about 14 kids. Now they're up to about 19 or 20 because as the season goes along and they're getting some blowouts, a lot of these kids are getting playing time. And now he's getting to play about 18 or 19 guys.
Those 7-8
really
kids
helps
in
them
the
out.
highlights that we called out there.
Yes.
I mean, different players making first downs, touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's good.
Let's jump to 5A now as we can make our way through the brackets going 1 to 5. Here's our Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden brackets. This game was closer also than the score indicates. Viger had all kind of trouble tonight in Northside and Samantha in North Tuscaloosa County. Northside was undefeated. Viger comes in. They beat Northside 49-28. Central of Clay County beats Andalusia. You saw the highlights earlier, 21-2. So you got a top 5 matchup next week. This is a huge one. Central of Clay County traveling to play at Viger in Pritchard in Metro Mobile. Viger comes in at 10-2, Central Clay County 11-1. This is a rematch of that great 2018 state championship game at Jordan-Hare Stadium that Clay Central won 43-42. Rematch of that game should be a great one down in the Port City. The other game in the South in the quarterfinals, it was Montgomery Catholic, defending state champion. They come to Columbiana tonight. They beat Shelby County 38-15. Williamson, a lot of people talking about Williamson, number 1 team in the state. They beat Elmore County tonight. That was at Eclectic, 42-14. So next week, you got the team that's number 1 and the team that won it last year. So an intriguing matchup here as Williamson, number 1 ranked team in the state. They are now 12-0, coming to play 8-4 Montgomery Catholic. That game will be played in Montgomery next Friday night. In the North, Jacksonville falls to Fairview 28-13. Scottsboro routing St. Clair County 42-6. And again, I don't think at the very beginning of the season, if you say Fairview and Scottsboro's in the quarters in the North, I'm a little bit surprised. Fairview, number 4 in the state, now 12-0. Scottsboro at 8-4. That game will be over in Coleman County at Fairview. And the other quarterfinal game in the North, Moody tonight, blasting Priceville at Priceville 60-14. Briarwood Christian hammering Russellville tonight over in Birmingham 42-7. So next week, 2 schools that are just a few miles apart. The folks from Briarwood will make the trip up Highway 119 to Moody. Briarwood Christian comes in at 7-5, and they will take on a Moody team who comes in at number 2, ranked number 2 in the last 5A poll. So guys, next week, 5A football around the state. I think obviously the marquee matchup, without any question, is Clay Central and Viger.
No doubt. But it's they're going down there. That's going to be a long road trip for them. And I guess, maybe I can talk to them this week and say go down the night before. But
Don't you have some credit card points we can slide to him?
Yeah.
Put them in the Holiday Inn Express.
Well,
or
I
something?
promise you all he'd have to do is ask. And the people in Clay County, the volunteers would make sure that they took care of that, and they'd be all volunteers.
Got my Chase credit card points.
You know, I keep bringing up 3A, and I got to bring them up again. Mars Hill took Scottsboro game 10 and just took them off the map.
Yeah, beat them 41-14 at Scottsboro at Trammell Stadium. Here's Scottsboro, now one of the top 8 teams in Class 5A. You know, there's been a lot about Viger and Williamson. Everybody thinks that's the top 2 teams in the state. But let me remind you, last year I saw in person, I saw Central Clay County dominate Williamson 31-6. Viger had all kind of trouble tonight with Northside. Don't be shocked if Clay Central goes into Pritchard and wins that game. Not a prediction, but don't be surprised if that happens. And that's our 5A brackets there. We come back, we'll have more of after the game. We still got 6A, 7A brackets, more highlights. We're going to take you to Rainsville coming up as after the game rolls on this Football Friday night.
We stand for Mother Nature, home sweet home. The best you, sunsets with friends, hustle, art that lasts, life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you, but when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated.
Dedicated.
Dedicated to what moves you.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle into Ted's today.
We have been showing you Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden brackets. Earlier in the year, it was region rundown. Now playoff time, it's brackets. We've still got 6A and 7A still to show you. Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden, 1.9% financing on all their new 2026 Equinox and Blazers. They've got a great selection of Silverados, other SUVs, great service department, getting you ready for wherever you're going to go during this holiday season. Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden, U.S. Highway 431. That's East Meagan Boulevard in East Gadsden. More highlights coming up. A bit of a surprise tonight. We had a intriguing matchup up on Sand Mountain at Rainsville tonight between Plainview and Alexandria. I really did not foresee what was coming. I thought it was going to be a tough, close, tight game. Plainview led at one time in this game over Alexandria 42-7. I was not sure that there was, outside of maybe Jackson and St. Michael, if there was another 4A team in the state that could do that to Alexandria this year. But, boy, Plainview did it tonight.
Alexandria was battle-tested. Played a lot of good teams this year. Played a 5A playoff team in Jacksonville earlier this year. Had a good, solid run through the region games this season. We certainly thought we would see a rematch in 4A of somebody in this region, and we thought it would be Alexander, maybe an Aniston. Of course, that didn't take place. Alexander ran into a buzzsaw tonight on the hill. Dale and Jeremy Pruitt had something to say about this one. Let's go to the highlights and see how this one exactly played out. It's 28-12 at half. Alexandria is down. Coach Ginn, though, always looking to keep his team in the game. First possession of the second half for Alexandria. Cole Wheeler drops back, pumps, fires, finds Evan White for a 35-yard catch. So if you can just get something positive on these first drives in the second half, maybe they could get something going. A few plays later, MJ Morris with a carry. He's going to get the first down along the right side, but it would be called back for holding. 2 plays later, Beeson with a call. Again, closes the gap, gets within 6 yards of the first down. Now on 4th down, Alexander needing points here. Morris reverses to Beeson, and he's going to be 1 yard short. So that drive would stall, go back to Plainview after this play. See it around to Beeson, be 1 yard short. So they give the ball back to Plainview, and Owen Hope would call his own number. He's going to keep this feet moving for the first down for the Bears. Now 3rd and 6. Hope again with the keeper. He's going to power his way through tackles, just running tough here for another first down. A few plays later, Hope now is going to hand off to Brody Hodges, who is going to get enough for the first down, churning the legs, always staying in the play. Later in the drive on 3rd down, Hodges again, the carry up the middle, picking up another Plainview first down. Next play, Hodges. This time there'll be no first down. It'll be a touchdown. 15 yards out, touchdown Bears, 35-7 at that point, and that would be the big difference. Alexandria going in to score. They get stopped right before. Plainview answers with a touchdown. It's a 14-point swing. It's a 42-14 win for Plainview.
Alexandria head coach Todd Ginn made no bones about it going all the way back into the summer at media days. He very bluntly said, we're back. We're going to be back. You know, they had a great year last year, went to the second round of the playoffs last year. He said, we're going to be back. And I think he's right. I think Alexandria's back. Obviously, from tonight, they're not all the way back. But the bright news for Alexandria fans is this is a very young football team. They lose virtually nothing off of this team. And this will be something. Plainview will be heard a lot, I think, around Alexandria in the offseason. I think that'll be the driving thing. Coach, you've been there in these situations before. I think you would agree with me that Plainview will be heard a lot in those workouts in the spring and the summer out in Death Valley.
The table for a coach, the table's been set. Now they got to get the turkey and put it on the table. That's what they hadn't done. And that, there's coaches have used that before. Now we got to get the turkey and set it on the table. We've set the table. Now we got to go out and get it done. And yeah, they wanted to do it. They had a great year. They had a good year. They played a lot of close, but yes, they played a lot of great games. They'll just have to. They met up with a team tonight that just looking, it was very crowded. You could see that. And I can only imagine how many people Plainview had there. The sidelines are covered with people. Yeah, but I could see how big Plainview was, and it wasn't people that are just big and fat and can't run. I saw people moving and getting downfield. When you see a tackle as big as that guy and he's getting around on Alexandria's linebackers, because they're fast and they move well. So they're well coached. They have to be, especially on defense, to be able to. But Alexandria has a lot of skill players, and they do a lot of screens and throwing the ball around. And I just I saw the corner always in position to turn the guy back inside. Don't lose containment. They do all the little things right, and they're going to be a tough out.
Couple things. Alexandria, what, 1-9 2 years ago?
Yes.
1-9 to the
9-1.
To 9-1. Yeah. I mean, it's inverting it. I do feel like, I know we didn't see the score coming, but to see Plainview win, I saw Dale Pruitt interview a couple weeks back. He's very confident in this team. He felt really good about his team, how they played all year, how veteran they were in the leadership. He was very confident. So I'm not really surprised so much of the win. The 42-14 does kind of surprise you, though.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with them and him talking about his son, and a lot of people thought his son would leave him when Jacksonville State told him, you can come do this and do that. He said, no, I'm here for the end, till the end. So there's a real close-knit team there with the coaching staff and the players.
Yeah.
And in case you don't know, when we say his son, former Tennessee head football coach, New York Giants defensive coordinator, Alabama National Championship defensive coordinator, Jeremy Pruitt, that's the son, in case folks don't know who we're talking about.
I'm a communications major. This is what we call burying the lead. We should have said that from the jump. This is way too late to be mentioning that, but yes, great point. Thank you for that.
But don't forget his other brother, Luke, who was at Pisgah and now at Boaz.
And Boaz.
My other brother.
And overtime, lost last week in the 5A playoffs to Russellville.
Yes.
So they had a very good year as well and beat that Geraldine team that we've been talking about 3A 20-0 earlier this year. Again, defense, the Pruitts, Dale Pruitt, Luke Pruitt, Jeremy Pruitt. Defense is the name of the game there. I think people lose sight of the fact that, for the last several years, Plainview's been known as a basketball school, and rightfully so. They've been the dominant, most consistent 3A basketball, 3A, 4A basketball team. in the state, back and forth between those two classifications. But before they were ever a basketball power,
They were in the finals.
when Dale Pruitt was there before, he's been there 3 times. When he was there before in the 90s, Plainview wasn't Fife, wasn't Crosswood, wasn't Geraldine. Plainview was the team on Sand Mountain, and it looks like they may be back. We've got one more Game of the Year nominee to show you. Our voting at High School Football Alabama's Facebook page all the way through 12 noon next Friday, November the 21st. Here's our last nominee, and this is going to take you out to Oxford and Pell City, October 3rd. I was at this game over at Peach Rich Alumni Stadium, and there were a ton of big plays in the kicking game in the first half of this game, and there were a ton of big plays in the second half in the kicking game of this game. Oxford finally got out to a little bit of a lead, but then Pell City came right back, roaring back, and almost won the game as Oxford had to hold them off at the end, 36-31.
Don't remember anything about this because I was in Cincinnati this week, so I wasn't here for this one. I don't have anything to add.
Well, there was a lot of kicking game. Like you said, a kickoff return and another kickoff return. And I've seen Pell City.
And Jalen Taylor had 2 punt returns for touchdowns in the third quarter.
And they can throw the ball all over the field, Pell City can. I've seen that, and Oxford can too. So, and 2 bitter rivalries playing in that game there.
Top of the River Dad's Barbecue Game of the Year. You will decide the winner of that, and that voting ends on High School Football Alabama's Facebook page next Friday, November the 21st at 12 noon. We have our last Randy Woods, state representative out of District 36, extra point of the night. Last week's 4A playoff appearance by Asheville was the school's first in 20 years. The Bulldogs last earned a playoff berth in 2005. Asheville's final 6-5 record was also the first winning season for the school. Since that 2005 season, this year's berth was the 10th playoff appearance in Asheville history. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show and take you through 6A and 7A. That's next.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now, these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
High school football, Alabama's after the game, wrapping things up on a football Friday night. Great friends of ours at Cheaha Cheer and Tumble. If you're looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama, Cheaha Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. They offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party, let them host it, be a great thing to do. Nationally recognized all-star teams that train right here in East Alabama. Join the Cheaha family where confidence takes root, champions are made. Visit CheahaCheerandTumble.com today, bringing you our Cheaha Cheer and Tumble Cheer Squad of the Week, which was an amazing success this year. And so we thank the folks at Cheaha Cheer and Tumble. Guys, it's time to take a look at our 6A and 7A brackets now, presented by Team One Chevrolet of Gadsden. Let's go to 6A. In the South tonight, this was a great game. Benjamin Russell tonight at the Sportsplex. They beat Theodore 21-14. Martin Savarese Stadium. Okay, Willie Carl Martin.
I know that name.
Yeah.
Steve Savarese.
Steve Savarese.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to the Dan Washburn thing. That's the stadium down at Ben Russell at the Sportsplex. 21-14, Ben Russell beats Theodore tonight. And then Hueytown over Russell County. Russell County came into this game 10-1. Hueytown beats them tonight at Hueytown 49-29. So next week, again, we're going to see Hueytown traveling into Alexander City to take on the Ben Russell Wildcats. Hueytown only comes into this game at 6-5, Ben Russell 11-1. The other 6A quarterfinal in the South, Pike Road tonight beat Bessemer City. They beat them last year 37-7 in the playoffs. A little closer this year, but Pike Road still wins it 28-6 tonight down at Pike Road outside Montgomery. And this was the game of the night. This game was phenomenal. Saraland and Spain Park back and forth. There were lead changes all over the place. Saraland, number 2 in the state, finally holds off Spain Park tonight down at Saraland 35-31. Next week, they played last year. They're going to play again this year in the state playoffs. Pike Road hosting Saraland. Pike Road 10-2, ranked number 7. Saraland 11-0 now, ranked number 2. Let's bring it to North Alabama in Class 6A. Muscle Shoals knocks off defending state champion Parker 17-14 tonight at Muscle Shoals. And it was Mountain Brook beating Fort Payne at Fort Payne tonight 35-14. So Mountain Brook next week will be back at home at Mountain Brook hosting number 3 Muscle Shoals. Mountain Brook now 9-3. Muscle Shoals is 11-0. Look out for the Trojans. Might be a Super 7 team right there. And then let's take a look at what's happening in the other half. Clay Chalkville. They beat Gadsden City tonight 44-7. Homewood and Hartselle had a great matchup at Homewood tonight as well at Waldrop Stadium. Homewood beating Hartselle 31-24. Next week, another great all Jefferson County matchup. This will be a good one. Homewood coming in at 11-1, ranked number 5. They will be traveling to Clay to take on the Cougars, number 1 team in the state, at 12-0. Let's go to 7A now. In 7A, Auburn tonight, there were a lot of routes. Auburn tonight beat Daphne 40-0, and that game was at Daphne. Daphne was 10-2 and ranked in the top 10 in the state. Auburn destroys them tonight at Daphne 40-0. And look what Opelika did to Baker tonight. That was at Bulldog Stadium in Opelika. Opelika beating Baker 35-9. Folks, next week it's the semifinals, not quarterfinals, in 7A next week. So the winner of the Auburn-Opelika game, do I have to tell you how big of rivals they are? Auburn and Opelika playing each other next week at Duck Sanford Stadium in Auburn. Auburn 10-2, Opelika 9-3. They played at Opelika earlier in the season, region game. Auburn beat them 17-10. Folks, don't be on Dean Road in Auburn next week at around 6:30 or so. because the traffic's going to be incredible. The biggest game, they've been playing for over 100 years. This will be the biggest Auburn-Opelika game ever. A Super 7 berth is on the line.
They make these teams travel all over the state in the last week in order to try to make everything different. It's the same outcome. We're going to have the same people in the semifinals.
Just more travel.
Just more travel. We're going to get the same people every year in 7A. It's the same ones. It doesn't change.
Let's look at the last two games that we got coming up in Class 7A as we look at the last four games, I should say, and the games next week. Mary Montgomery down in Sims tonight. They came to Alabaster to take on Thompson. Mary Montgomery came into this game 10-1. They were, by all accounts, the best 7A team on the Gulf Coast, and Thompson leveled them tonight 54-0. Central of Phoenix City did the same thing to Fairhope tonight down in Fairhope. Number 1 Central beating the Pirates tonight 34-15. So next week, I think they have played, this will be the 5th time that they have played, maybe 6th time, that they have played just since like 2017. And they've all been in state championship games. Mm-hmm. Every time they've met has been in the state championship game. Now it's the semifinals. Thompson will travel down to Garrett Stadium in Phoenix City. This will be number 3 Thompson, and it will be number 1 Central of Phoenix City. Thompson and Central next week. The winner goes to the Super 7.
Well, they did meet what they wanted to do here. They got these two playing in the semifinals instead of the finals.
But good thing I'm glad they get to face and have this game in a home stadium.
Yes.
As opposed to putting in the cavernous stadiums where, you're getting a home field advantage here. You're going to have people on the sideline, hanging on the fence. This is the way a high school football game should be played. So good thing that Thompson and Central Phoenix get to do that now, finally.
That's why I say, look, I'm saying it. They ought to play in Birmingham, at least in Progressive. It's small enough that they can fill it up more, especially the big schools. And it's louder. You get to hear people holler, not hear an echo over there on the other side of the stadium.
Birmingham, Jack State would be a phenomenal location as well.
I'll go with Birmingham.
I wouldn't go with Troy. Troy's a little weird.
Too far.
Yeah, too far.
Still, central part of the state.
Yeah.
Y'all did hear that, didn't you?
You can't say anything nice about somebody. I still don't say anything at all. Troy. Sorry, not sorry, Troy fans.
Not Troy.
It runs deep. So we'll say that next week, as we wrap things up here, those two 7A semifinal games are going to be within 30 miles of each other, because it's going to be in Phoenix City and at Auburn. So you got you all over the state, the whole state of Alabama, and it comes down to the semifinals in 7A, and it winds up that both games are going to be right there, 30 miles apart from each other at Auburn and at Phoenix City.
And the thing about when you get to those games and those schools, they're very well supported. And if you're a fan of high school football and your team's been out, go in there and watch them, because you're going to get to see, guys that are going to play on Saturdays and probably some that's going to play on Sundays.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Park at the Auburn Mall, and it's only about a mile walk up to Duck Sanford Stadium.
Maybe somebody will shuttle them over there. That may be a way to make a little extra money.
That's for sure. We're wrapping things up on this Football Friday night. Thank you for joining us here on High School Football Alabama's After the Game, presented by the Calhoun County Commission. Our last show of 2025 is next Friday night at 10 o'clock. See you then.